Hello, everybody. Steve coming at you, and welcome to Last Reps Baseball. Tonight should be an exciting matchup between two Japanese powerhouse baseball teams. I hope you all enjoy this and treat Freddie with all the respect he deserves. Call a good game, Freddie, and who knows, someday you may even see me in one of these games. And if you don't, you might want to come check out my channel and see what I do. You know what? But hey, let's get back to Freddie. Let's get some baseball. Let's just have a great game.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Reps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we're going to bring you the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and the Orix Buffaloes. It'll be the final game of the season for these two clubs. This game is going to take place at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka. And what is on the line tonight? Well, if the Hawks win, then they will seal home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. If they lose, well, then that puts a little bit of doubt in question, depending upon the outcome of tomorrow's game, which will be between the Chibalote Marines and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. That game originally scheduled for today was rained out. They will go off in 24 hours' time, with the winner going to the playoffs and the loser going home. So the Hawks can control their own destiny tonight by picking off with a victory here. As we said, if they take the loss tonight, and it would have to be a Chibalote Marine win, that the Marines would be hosting the playoff series. So we'll give you the starting lineups. First of all, from the visitors from Fukuoka, leading off and playing in center field is number 23, Yukio Shudo. Batting second and playing shortstop is number 6, Kenta Imamiya. Hitting third and right field is number 9, Yuki Yanagita. And in the cleanup spot, it's going to be the designated hitter number 3, Kensuke Kondo. Batting fifth and playing first base is number 7, Akira Nakamura. In the sixth spot and in left field is number 32, Tetsuro Yanagamachi. Batting in the seventh spot is number 43, Tomoya Inoue. He'll play third base. Batting eighth and playing second base is 00, Hikaru Kawase. And batting ninth and doing the catching is number 19, Takuya Kai. And they're going to be facing Ryuhei Sotani, who takes to the hill. He's 0-2 on the year. He's worked 26 2/3 innings, 32 hits. He's given up 16 runs, 14 have been earned. He's walked 13 and struck out 22, and he's got an earned average of 4.73. Well, that's your starting lineup for the visitors from Fukuoka. Now for the home team for the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and playing in center field is number 9, Tomoya Noguchi. Batting second and playing third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. In the third spot and playing first base is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. In the cleanup spot in right field tonight, number 4, Tomoya Mori. Batting fifth and doing the designated hitting is number 99, Yataro Sugimoto. Batting sixth at second base is number 8, Marwin Gonzalez. In the seventh spot and playing shortstop is number 24, Kotaro Kobayashi. Batting eighth in left field is number 1, Shuhei Fukuda. Batting ninth and doing the catching is number 2, Kenya Wakatsuki. And they're going to be facing Kohei Arihara, who takes to the mound with a 10-4 record. The veteran right-hander has worked 115 innings this year. He's allowed 98 hits, 38 runs, 29 have been earned. He's walked 22 and struck out 68, and he's got an earned run average of 2.27. Well, those are your starting lineups, and we welcome everybody to the stream tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be with you the whole night tonight, and hopefully you guys can stay with us for this. We'll be back in just a few after this, as this ball game is going to be less than 2 minutes away from its first pitch. Hold tight, everybody. We are less than a minute away as the starter, Sotani, is taking to the hill to begin his warm-up tosses. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. It is Hawks versus Buffaloes on the Last Reps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back here in just a few.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the order. It'll be Yukio Shudo, Kenta Imamiya, and Yuki Yanagita that face the left-hander Ryuhei Sutani, as he will complete his warm-up tosses here, and we'll be ready to get this one underway in just a moment. Shudo, who leads it off, hitting .243 on the year. He's got a couple of homers and 17 runs batted in. He is the fire starter at the top of the order for the Hawks. He's got himself 36 stolen bases on the year and is tied with the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, I guess utility player, we would call it, Hiroto Kobakata. Kobakata was the shortstop mainly a couple of years ago for the Tohoku Ball Club, but they've got him bouncing around the infield and even in the outfield in some spots as well, just to keep him in the lineup. So defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, from left to right field, it is going to be Shuhei Fukuda, and left. The center fielder is Tomoya Noguchi, with the right fielder Tomoya Mori. Yes, Tomoya Mori. I don't think I've ever seen the former catcher in right field before. Around the horn from first to third, it is Kai Nakagawa at first, Marwin Gonzalez at second, with the shortstop Kataro Kobayashi and Yuma Mune at third. The first pitch is on the way. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. We are underway at 6:01 p.m. local time. So no balls and one strike to Shudo as he waits here on the offering from the lefty. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on its tap foul behind home plate. The count now goes to 0-2. And the battery, of course, tonight is of Satani and Kenya Wakatsuki. Arguably, probably the best lineup that the Buffaloes could roll out, maybe with the exception of Yuma Tongu in the lineup. As the lefty now delivers the 0-2 to Shudo, and it's a breaking ball that just misses up and in, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shudo. Shudo really got off to a slow start returning from the World Baseball Classic. Wasn't really able to get everyday playing time, and it hasn't been until pretty much since August where he's cemented himself almost in the everyday lineup. He's got center field where he's been playing. He has played some third base this year, as that fastball's swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shudo. Saw him play last year. He was getting a lot of time at third base late in the year. That's where he ended up in the playoffs. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. They're going to have to throw it down to first base as the ball was trapped in the dirt by the catcher Wakatsuki. It's going to go as a strikeout, 2-3. You're keeping score along with us, and Shudo's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Well, for Imamiya, he's hitting .258 on the year. He's got 9 homers and 48 runs batted in. Stands in on the right side, waiting on the offering here from the lefty Satani, who kicks and fires. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Imamiya, with his 9 home runs this year, he looks to join the rest of the ball club. Only 3 players in the lineup tonight with double-digit home runs for the Hawks. As that breaking ball misses down and away, the count goes to 1-1. Yanagita and Kondo, who hit 3 and 4, each have 22 and 25 respectively. And the 9-hole hitter Takuya Kai has 10 on his account. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball waved at and missed. And the count now goes to 1-2 on Imamiya. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lefty Satani ready to go again as he gets his sign from Wakatsuki. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that just misses off the outside corner. The count now goes to 2-2. Kind of wonder sometimes if the calls that go for the veterans, such as Imamiya, that pitch looked very close. If he will get the benefit of the doubt rather than that of Satani. There's a fastball swung on its line foul down the right field line. Count's going to remain at 2-2. The starter, Satani, was originally the first pick in the 2022 draft by the Buffaloes. He was taken from Hakyu University. He'll be 23 years old after the season. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, waved at and missed. And Emamiya goes into the books. That's 2 strikeouts back-to-back to begin the ball game for Satani. And that's going to leave it up to the left field or to the right fielder, Yuki Yanagita. Well, for Yanagita tonight, he's batting .298. He's got 22 homers and 85 runs batted in. And I've been barking about it for the last month or so. If the Hawks are going to do damage in the playoffs, it's got to be Yanagita and Kondo carrying the mail. But they're going to have to find somebody else to give them some support. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count is 1-0. Whether it's Akira Nakamura or the bat of Tetsuri Yanagamachi, somebody else is going to have to get hot in this lineup to help take the pressure off of those two. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the right side. Fielded by the first baseman, Nakagawa. He's going to take it himself, and that's going to do it here in the top of the first inning as Yanagita grounds out to first for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through a half inning. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks no score, and the Orix Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action, whether you listen live or on delay. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a few. We've got a score line of Hawks nothing and Buffaloes coming to bat. We'll be back in a few minutes with all the action here. Appreciate you guys for listening in tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. The starter, Kohei Arihara, has just completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one back underway in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Tomoya Deguchi, Yuma Mune, and Kai Nakagawa to come to bat for the Buffaloes here in their half of the first. Deguchi stepping in from the left side, hitting a .230 on the season with 2 homers and 19 RBIs. As the right-hander Arihara works himself to the belt, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled right back off the catcher. So one way to start the ball game here for Takuya Kai, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Think of major league catchers and players that get into concussion-type protocols on foul balls. Tough position there for the catcher to play. The former Royals and Cardinals manager, Mike Matheny, as that fastball misses outside, the count goes to 1-1. Retired a bit prematurely because he took too many foul tips and foul balls into the head and had some post-concussion syndrome. So it's a tough position to play, that is for sure. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-1 on Deguchi. As we mentioned at the outset of the stream, the importance of this game more so for the Hawks. Buffaloes have been in cruise control for the last 3 weeks. It'd be interesting to see how they respond in the playoffs. But for Fukuoka, they've been having to battle and pretty much have been playing playoff baseball for the last month. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, and it's just going to slice foul. The count goes to 2-2 on Deguchi. I wouldn't bat an eye that either one of the teams, either the Hanshin Tigers or the Orix Buffaloes, winners of their respective leagues, that either or both of them could go out in the playoffs at some point. And if there is a chance, it would probably be obviously in that climax series for the league, having time off. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and Noguchi goes in the books. He's gone for out number one. So one gone here, and that brings up Yuma Mune. I wouldn't bat an eye that one of them will not make the finals. But if they do both make the finals, it'll be quite the spectacle in Osaka, as both Osaka-based clubs vying for supremacy. Of course, the Buffaloes do not have the following that the Tigers have, as the Hanshin Ball Club would definitely be the one that would be the favorite in that one. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball missing outside, and the count is 1-0 to Mune. Mune on the season hitting .240. He's got a couple homers and 22 RBIs. As he bats from the left side here against Arihara, who gets the sign from Kai, and he rocks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's hit into the right center field gap. This ball could be some trouble, and it's going to be off the wall. Playing it is Yanagita, digging hard for second, and stopping at second is Mune. And he's got himself a one-out double here in the first inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Kai Nakagawa. It looked like a two-seam fastball that ran itself back over the plate. It was a really good job there by Mooney to keep his hands inside the ball and drive it into the pull gap. So just not enough juice on it to get it over the fence. He is wearing out the wall for sure. So that is going to put Mune at second with one gone. And it brings Kai Nakagawa to the plate. Nakagawa batting .270 on the year with 12 homers and 55 runs batted in. See, the Buffaloes are toying with their lineup a little bit here. I'll be curious to see what that's going to look like in a week's time. Or just over a little bit more than a week's time. So here comes the first offering to Nakagawa as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. As I was alluding to, the staying sharp is going to be the hardest thing for some of these clubs. When you think of the Central League, they've wrapped up their season in the middle of last week, and all of those clubs are just sort of buying their time waiting. I understood that the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars played an Industrial League team a couple of times at home. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the right side, fielded neatly by the second baseman Kawase, who throws to first. That's going to ground out Nakagawa on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. It does advance Mune over to third with two gone. Well, that's going to bring up the right fielder, Tomoya Mori, who steps to the plate. He's hitting .291 with 18 homers and 64 runs batted in. As we said, getting the odd start in right field tonight. I had to do a double check when we were filling out the lineup card. That was actually the case, but Mori is in right field for sure. So he stands in here on the left side, waiting for the first offering here from the right-hander Arihara. As Arihara gets his signal and he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball missing outside. The count is 1-0. Defensively tonight for the Hawks, from left to right, it is Yanagamachi, and left the center fielder is Shudo, and in right field it's Yanagita. Around the horn from first to third, Nakamura at first, Kawase at second, shortstop Imami, and the third baseman Inoue with the battery of Arihara and Kai. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count goes to 2-0 on Mori. But as I said, unless there's ways to keep sharp or other ways to keep sharp, unless you're bringing in the farm team or the industrial league team or maybe even a semi-pro team, seeing live pitching for the hitters is the biggest concern, because hitters want to see the live pitching every day. It affects your timing when you have long layovers. And as I said the other day in our stream, it reminds me of the Tigers when they had to play the San Francisco Giants in the World Series a few years ago. As that breaking ball misses outside, it's 3-0 now to Mori. Tigers had won their series pretty quickly, and the Giants were in a battle to get to the World Series. And then when the World Series started, the Giants had already been playing, and it was about a 10 or 11-day layover for the Tigers, and they never got on song. They ended up getting swept away. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down. It's going to be ball 4. And Mori is aboard with a walk. That's going to put runners on the corners. And Yataro Sugimoto is going to stride to the plate. Well, we were on the call the other night when Sugimoto buried a couple of balls into the seats for the Buffaloes. He hit his 15th and 16th homers, as he is in the lineup here tonight, batting in the 5 spot, hitting .242 on the year with those 16 homers and 40 RBIs. He bats himself from the right side, the 33-year-old getting the start as the designated hitter tonight. He's waggling the bat, waiting here on the offer from Arihara. As the right-hander picks up his sign from Takuya Kai, he checks the runner over at third. Now he works himself to the belt. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Sugimoto. Have to check that. It looked like a breaking ball. It was actually a split finger pitch, just the motion and the movement. When we get the replays, obviously we can see that much better just in terms of the grips, but sometimes at live speed can't really tell the difference between the 12-6 breaking ball and the split finger pitch just because of the movement, depending upon who the pitcher is. Sometimes there's more movement in a direction from right-handers that would move into a right-handed batter, which would dictate the split. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded deep into the 6 hole, fielded by the shortstop Imamiya, but he throws it away at second base as it trickles by. They're not able to get the force. Coming in to cross the plate is going to be Yumamune. He's going to score the first run of the ball game. It's going to go in the books as a fielder's choice, as the official scorers have already announced that. Mori is safe at second. Sugimoto safe on the back end over at first base. And if that's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice, he is going to collect an RBI. So we'll get a look at the replay again. A very tough play by Imamiya. He had the backhanded in the 6 hole, and then he did a Derek Jeter jump pivot to throw the ball to second, and that ball ended up getting away from Kawase, who was stretched out much like a first baseman. As that ball ended up rolling into shallow right field. Sugimoto is safe at first. Mori on the play advances over to third. They call it a fielder's choice, but I'm a little surprised that they maybe wouldn't add an error to the shortstop on that one to advance Mori over. We'll keep our eye on that scoring if you're following at home. But here comes Marwin Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez batting .217, 12 homers and 36 RBIs. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0. Gonzalez, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Kohei Arihara. Gets himself settled back into the box. Good heads-up base running, though, by Mori to advance over to third on that throw by Imamiya that got away from the second baseman. Sugimoto establishes his lead at first, and here comes the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count is 2-0 to Gonzalez. Something else to keep in mind, one thing that we were at least thinking about and looking in on the other day was with Kohei Arihara, just how his numbers have really tailed off. When he left the NPB, when he was pitching for the Hokkaido Nippon Hamflares, he was pitching, and what I mean by numbers tailing off is strikeouts, because his ERA this year has been sparkling for the Fukuoka Ball Club. But his strikeouts, his power numbers, definitely on the decline. Here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball waved at and missed. The count now goes to 2-1. At his peak in the NPB, he struck out 161 batters in 164 and a third innings. That was in 2019 for the Fighters. That was the year he went 15-8. The next year he was 8-9. And he only struck out 106 and 132 and 2/3 innings. Of course, then he went to the Texas Rangers. And he spent 2 seasons over in North America. Ended up having Tommy John surgery. Now he's come back, and he's not at the same pace that he was before he left. But that being said, he is very good in terms of his control. His walk rate is still quite low. Only 22 walks allowed in the 115 innings pitched. As the right-hander works to the belt, now he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's grounded foul just past the bag at first base. That's going to run the count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Marwin Gonzalez. So a 2-2 count here as he bats with runners on the corners and 2 gone. The Buffaloes already have 1 across the board. They did rule an error on the was a fielder's choice to Sugimoto, but Mori had advanced on the error from second to third. So Kenta Emamiya makes himself a rare mistake. The normally sure-handed shortstop of the Hawks takes care of the baseball in that middle part of the park quite well. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gonzalez as Arihara checks the sign from his catcher Takuya Kai as he works to the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This is belted to straightaway center field. But there's going to be lots of space there for the center fielder Shudo to make the grab and put it away as Gonzalez is in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, the Buffaloes get themselves on the board here in the bottom of the 1st. They had a 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 1 hit. There was an error, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score through 1 complete. It is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call of the 2nd inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in, whether you're live or on delay. Welcome to the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel for all your action tonight.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Hawks. That means Kazuki Kondo, Akira Nakamura, and Tetsuro Yanagamachi to come to bat here to face the left-hander, Yuhei Satani, for his 2nd inning of work. Satani got off to a good start in the 1st inning, striking out 2 of the 3 batters he faced, as he was able to be very economical in his pitches. Only 13 pitches in the 1st inning for Satani as he's ready to go back to the action here. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and inside. The count is 1-0 to Kondo. Kondo, with his 25 homers, he's sitting in 3rd spot in the Pacific League as he is finds himself behind Hideo Asamura and Gregory Polanco. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. That pitch there came in at 90 miles an hour on the gun. I don't know how fast Satani can get it up to. We'll have to keep our eyeballs on that, but that looked like it was one of the harder pitches he's thrown tonight. So lefty who can be in the low 90s can be very effective as long as he's around the zone. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. They go over to the 3rd base hump for the 2nd time. But again, they say that Kondo didn't go, and the count is now 3 balls and no strikes. Game we'll call tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow night, we will be back on yet again for the season finale between the Marines and the Eagles. It's the 1-game winner take all. And, of course, if the Hawks lose this one here tonight, then it's going to be a Marines victory would mean they get home field advantage. There's a fastball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. Kondo is going to get himself aboard with a leadoff walk, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. Well, Nakamura comes to the plate batting .274, 5 homers and 37 runs batted in. As we said, the Hawks, when I look at their lineup, and I think that they really need to upgrade their 3rd baseman over the offseason, they also have to give themselves a couple of impact players, meaning impact offensive players, as there's a first pitch fastball taken for called strike from the international ranks. Their signings over the last little bit have really been kind of on the flat side. Of course, after Erisabel Graciel and Alfredo Di Spagna, and I'm not talking the 2023 version of Di Spagna, have wrapped up their careers. As there's a fastball swung on, it's lifted into left center field. Racing over is the center fielder Noguchi, and he's there to make the catch. Nakamura is going to be retired for the first out of the inning, so one gone. Brings up the left fielder Tetsuro Yanagamachi. Just my final thoughts on the impact of the import players. Freddie Galvis, Willens Astudillo have basically been negligible in terms of their impact in this season for the ball club. Certainly the pitching hasn't been. They've got Roberto Osuna on the back end, and he has been electric. Our friend Paul says, why is Google telling me that the Buffaloes are already up 1-0 in the second inning? Well, that's our ticker across the bottom there, Paul. That's what we've got as well. A 1-0 lead as there's a breaking ball that misses or that catches the inside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Yanagamachi. Yanagamachi batting .261 with no homers and 34 RBIs as the lefty holds set at the belt. And the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that is upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. It was a unearned run scored in the top of the bottom of the first inning as Mune had come around on the fielder's choice by Sugimoto. That's what got our scoring going at 1-1 here. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and tap foul. That's off of the catcher. The count now goes to 1-2. I think it was Mefford is how we say the last name. I thought it was Medford. A little bit far away from my screen, and glasses need to get a little closer to be able to get that picked up properly. But welcome to the stream, Paul. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's hit foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 1-2. Third baseman Tomoya Inoue waits his turn on deck. So the lefty here ready to go again as he works himself to the set. He checks the runner at first. And here comes the offering from Satani. As he kicks and fires, there's a fastball swung on. It is hit up the middle, fielded by the second baseman. Gonzalez over to the shortstop for one, back to first, and that's going to be a double play. And that is going to be of the 4-6-3 variety. So that will do it here for the Hawks in their half of the inning. They got no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Score as we move to the bottom of the first inning. It is the Orix Buffaloes 1 and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for listening in. We'll answer Paul's question when we come back in just a moment. Appreciate you guys for being here. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Buffaloes. That means Kotaro Kobayashi, Shuhei Fukuda, and Kenya Wakatsuki to face the right-hander Kohei Arihara. So our friend Paul Mefford asked the question, why are the first-place Buffaloes the underdogs in this game? Well, I'll give you three reasons why. Item number one is it's really a mean-nothing game for the Buffaloes. They're just in the lineup, getting their timing down, getting ready for the playoffs. They've been clinched in first place for about 3 weeks now. As the first offering is on the way, there's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1-0 to Kotaro Kobayashi. So that's item number one. Item number two is that it is a must-win game for the Hawks. If they win this game, they clinch second place and will be hosting the home field advantage all through the playoffs. There's a breaking ball that misses, or at least all through the first round. And that misses inside. The count is 2-0. And so when they play, they would get all the home games in the first series at their park at the PayPay Dome. So this game means a lot. And then the third reason would be is the starting pitchers. As there's a fastball that just misses down. It's now 3-0 to Kobayashi. The veteran right-hander Kohei Arihara, who is on the hill here, is probably considered to be the greater of the two arms at this point, because the rookie Satani is only making his 10th NPB start. As there's a fastball delivered for a called strike. The count is 3-1. Satani is 0-2, has not got a victory yet in his career. And he is more than likely going to be in a situation where, as that is a breaking ball that misses inside for ball 4, and Kobayashi's aboard with a walk. So those would be the main reasons. And to be quite honest with you, I probably would say, based on that tonight, the Arihara here in the early going has not been what I would call typically sharp. That's already 2 walks he's issued. Satani has been particularly decent, keeping the Hawks batters off balance. But yet, nevertheless, certainly before the game would start, I would stack up as if the Hawks should be the favorite in this one, which would not necessarily always be the case. And if this game meant something, because we probably wouldn't see Satani on the mound in a playoff game that was with the game on the line at this point. So that is going to bring Shuhei Fukuda to the plate. He's hitting an even 200 on the year with no homers and 5 RBIs. He squares the bunt. He drops it down, and it's going to go foul down the first base line, and the count is 0-1 to Fukuda. Fukuda, one of the players in the lineup tonight that I'm not saying I wouldn't expect, but as I said, if Yuma Tongu was healthy, Fukuda is probably out, and they put Nakagawa back into the outfield. Of course, we've seen Tomoya Mori in right field tonight, so that's a little bit different as well. The left-handed hitting Fukuda already squaring the bunt here. So here comes the offering as the pitch is ready to go. And there's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. Paul says that it's second inning with Orix leading 1-0. And it is a Buffalo lead, so it's early in the ball game. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuda. Trying to get the runner Kobayashi into scoring position so they get a couple of cracks to bring him home. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we just have a pause in the action as Takuya Kaya is going to adjust himself here as you take a moment. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is as Arihara ready to go again. Hawks in the white pants with the black tops tonight. The Buffaloes are in their all whites. As the 1-1 pitch is ready to come. Instead, they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is Kobayashi. Something that we notice is that when the leadoff runner gets on, they often always throw over. And it was definitely not the A move from Kohei Arihara, but sometimes they do it to see if the batter at the plate is going to square the bunt. It's usually done before he throws the first pitch. Well, of course, Fukuda here has already tipped his hat. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And now Fukuda not squaring the bunt. He hits it. It's a ground ball hit over to short. They go to second for 1. Back to first to double play. And that's exactly why he was in the position why they wanted him to bunt, couldn't get the job done. That's going to go into the books as a 6-4-3 variety. As he'll be gone for the second out on the back end. Kobayashi gone on the front end. That's going to leave it up to the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. Well, Wakatsuki getting the start behind the plate tonight. He's hitting .254 on the early season and got 5 homers and 16 runs driven in. Batting here from the right side against the right-handed throwing Arihara, who rocks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. We do make the calls on both Twitch and YouTube, so if you're listening in on Twitch, we appreciate you for being there as well. Our YouTube listeners, we thank you for jumping in here with us as there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count goes even to 1-1 on Wakatsuki. As we mentioned, our plan for tomorrow will be to do that game tomorrow night, the last game of the 2023 NPB season. It has flown by quickly. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count now is at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wakatsuki. Hard to believe in some ways that this season has rolled by as quickly as it has. That we always say that the hours and the minutes will drag by, but the weeks and the months will fly by. And that's certainly been the case in 2023. As that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. Seems like yesterday I was just in Japan, but it's already been over a month. So here we go. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander ready to go. Arihara kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and that's fouled away over on the first base side. Count remains at 1-2 to Wakatsuki. Tonight, Arihara just seems like he doesn't have his best stuff. It's going to be a battle here for him. He started the ball game by striking out Noguchi. Sometimes they say it's never a good thing to strike out the first batter of the ball game, and then after that, it's been a bit of a slogfest for him. This is going to be pitch number 34 of the ball game coming up. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Wakatsuki goes in the books for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it. It's an unconventional 1-2-3. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 2 complete. As we move to the top of the 3rd, your score is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight on the Last House Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back after this.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising now to the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be the bottom 3rd of the batting order to come to bat for the Hawks. That means it's going to be Tomoya Inoue, Hikaru Kawase, and Takuya Kai to face the left-hander Ryohei Satani, who's on for inning number 3 of his work tonight. One of the other things that the advantage is of getting the first playoff series off is that you can set up your pitching. They have to play one another in the climax final for each league as there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 to Inoue. Inoue batting .278 with a homer and 3 RBIs, only 36 at-bats this season, getting the start at 3rd base. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field, giving chase as the left fielder, and that is instead going to be hauled in by the center fielder Noguchi. Fukuoka had to come a long way there, but the center fielder was able to make the grab to retire Inoue for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 gone. That'll bring up the second baseman, Hikaru Kawase. Well, for Kawase, he's batting .234, no homers and 15 RBIs. We have seen him in the 2 spot in the batting order, but he has slid all the way down to number 8. As the first pitch is a fastball that misses outside. The count is quickly 1 ball and no strikes. Kawase batting from the left side here against the lefty Satani, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. Emphatic movement from Wakatsuki to let him know he's not finishing over his front side. And he left that pitch up in the zone. Here's the pitch, and it is a fastball that just misses off the inside corner. The count's now 3-0. And that would probably be the case for sure. We definitely see that in the pitcher as well, not finishing his pitches. So be curious to see how they address this with the Buffaloes. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner. The count now goes to 3-1. It's usually a sign of a pitcher when they get tired later in the ballgame that they don't finish their pitches, that they stand up a little bit more. We always used to say if you can read the lettering across the jersey, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 3-2, that they're starting to run out of gas. A little early in the ballgame for that one, would think here, as it's only at 31 pitches in the third inning. He doesn't have a lot of work at the NPB level this year, so who knows? There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly to third. Mune fields it on the run, throws to first, and he's going to retire Kawase. That was a nice play there by Yuma Mune, as he's able to retire the runner. There it goes as a ground out, 5-3. Gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Takuya Kai. Kai batting .203 on the year with 10 homers and 44 runs driven in. So the lefty ready to go back to work as Kai's got himself an open stance. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kai. Should Kai reach base, he'll be followed by the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. As the left-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. After this game is over, we'll give you the full windup on this one, as it is the only game in town. Only other stuff going on is in Major League Baseball, as there's a fastball swung on and lifted, foul down the right field line. The count is 1-2. 2 American League playoff games took place yesterday, as the Texas Rangers now have a stranglehold on that series against Baltimore, going into Baltimore and winning both of those games. Minnesota Twins have evened it up against the Houston Astros. There's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-2 on Kai. National League action resumes later today, or in terms of North American time, so it'll be Phillies and the Braves, D-backs and the Dodgers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Kai goes in the books. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here, as there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the third inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the last half of the third inning, where it'll be the top of the order to come to bat. It is going to be Noguchi, Mune, and Nakagawa to face the right-hander Kohei Arihara. Arihara has struggled a little bit in his 2 innings of work. He's thrown 34 pitches. 19 of them have been for strikes. That is a little uncharacteristic for the Fukuoka right-hander. But the Hawks find themselves trailing the Buffaloes here 1-0 in the third inning. Noguchi tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out to begin the ball game. He got the nod in center field tonight, not quite where we normally expect to see him, as he has been holding down right field. First pitch breaking ball misses outside. The count is 1-0. But it is Tomoya Mori, the catcher, who is getting the start in right field tonight for the Buffaloes. So rather interesting to see him in the outfield. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball swung on it, is popped up foul over on the third base side. Moving over, and underneath it is Inoue, and he's going to make the catch, as that ball was able to stay in the field of play, and that is going to retire Noguchi. He's gone for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Our friend CV Baseball card collector in the house, and we welcome him. He's got some late night action going on here. Welcome, Caesar. We appreciate you listening in. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball that is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Caesar's got some clips of Major League stuff, and I will say this, based on where you're seating, Caesar, I'm not sure how the bullpens are configured, but maybe next season you'll get some slow motion video for us on some of the pitchers. That would be pretty cool. Run a lot of that segments on our site. There's a breaking ball that drops down, and the count is 1-1 to Mune. We also got Titus checking in from the land of the rising sun. We welcome you into the house. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Yuma Mune. Mune doubled and scored a run his first time up here against the right-hander Arihara. As the pitch is on its way, it's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-1. Tomorrow night is going to be the big ball game. It is that game that is going to be the deciding factor for that final playoff spot between the Golden Eagles and the Marines. As the 3-1 pitch is on the way, there's a fastball ticket for a called strike. It's now 3-2. But of course, this game here, if the Hawks end up losing the game here tonight, it just opens it up an opportunity for the Chibolote Marines to leapfrog them into second place, should they be able to win tomorrow night. Here's the 3-2. Fastball misses down. It's going to be ball 4, and Mune is going to be aboard for the second time tonight, as he's got himself a 1-out walk, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Kai Nakagawa. Well, for Nakagawa, he's 0 for 1 in this one. He's grounded out to the second baseman his first time up, as he comes to bat here to face the right-hander Arihara. Nakagawa entered the ball game hitting 270 tonight. With that ground out in the first inning, he's slipped to 269. He's got 12 homers and 55 runs driven in. Right-hander against the right-hander. Arihara gets his sign from Kai. Works to the belt and now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Thank everybody for making it into the stream tonight who are here on the late night streams. As they throw over to first base, Arihara, and diving back in time is Mune. Get that opportunity to be on the call here. Everybody here in this one. So no balls and 1 strike it is to Nakagawa as he bats from the right side here, waiting from the right-hander Arihara, who kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into shallow center field. And that ball is going to be caught neatly by the center fielder Shudo. That's going to retire Nakagawa for the second out of the inning. Mune is going to retreat back to first base. That's going to leave it up to the right fielder, Tomoya Mori. We had to hang in on that one there to see if that ball was going to drop or not. At first off the crack of the bat, I thought Nakagawa did an okay job of inside outing the ball, but I thought he got it off the end of the bat where it might bleed, but it held up long enough for Shudo to be able to make the grab. So Mori coming to bat here. He walked his first time up. He was later stranded over at third. As the righty Kohei Arihara checks in here with his catcher Kai. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Mori. Mori batting .291 on the season, 18 homers and 64 runs batted in. We've talked about this ad nauseum through the year about how the loss of Masataka Yoshida really has been erased here by the Buffaloes. The positive play of Yuma Tongu. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count's now 2-0 to Mori. The addition of Tomoya Mori into the lineup after that trade with the Saitama Cebu Lions. And then, of course, the other piece is that you have some offensive punch, at least power-wise, from Marwin Gonzalez. Well, Gonzalez really hasn't delivered the batting average for the Buffaloes this year. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul down the left field line. The count goes to 2-1 on Mori. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Guys, Great says, I'm trying to get Shohei Ohtani cards or more of them. He goes, I'm trying to get 500 different cards by the end of the year. Right now he's at 479. That's pretty good. Yeah, Shohei Ohtani is definitely a universal popular player, not just in Japan, but in North America now too, as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away. When I was in Japan, I can't remember the network. I think it was it HK would broadcast the Angels games, and then they would have a Shohei Ohtani camp. So when he'd be sitting in the dugout, you'd be watching the game, and in the corner, you'd be watching Ohtani. So wherever he was on the field, you would be able to see it, even when he was in the dugout. The only place probably wasn't the public bathroom where Ohtani would go, but I'm sure the fans would enjoy that too. Here comes the 2-2 pitch as Arihara holds to the belt. God is Great says it is NHK. That's correct. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball swung on, tapped slowly over to third. Fielding it is Inoue. He throws to first. It's not in time. Going to look back here again. I don't know. Did that ball stay fair? It is going to go down as a hit. Inoue had to really charge the ball from distance. I thought that ball might have went foul, but guess it didn't. We've got to look at the replay again here. Getting too close to the bag to take that chance to let it go. So Mori aboard with an infield single. That's going to bring Yutaro Sugimoto to the plate with runners at first and second. Almost a similar situation to the last time when Sugimoto bounced into a fielder's choice. Able to cash the run in, which was Mune. And then, of course, there was the error by the shortstop Imamiya, which allowed the runner Mori to scamper all the way around to third. So runners at first and second with 2 gone here. Arihara yet in another bit of a pickle here with 2 gone in the inning. Sugimoto waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from Arihara. As the right-handed hitting designated hitter waits here. That's the other part tonight I noticed about Arihara, working very, very slowly. I don't recall Arihara being this deliberate. As the right-hander checks the runner, Mune at second, as he works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, chop foul over on the third base side. The count is 0-1 to Sugimoto. So no balls and 1 strike. Arihara gets a new baseball and he reaches for the rosin bag. 50 pitches already here for the right-hander in the third inning. There's no action yet in the Fukuoka bullpen. One would have to think the way that he has been battling and struggling here, he's not going to be long in this ball game. If he can get through 6 innings, I'd be shocked. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into right field. And over to make the catch is Yanagita, and that is going to do it, as that'll be out number 3. Well, the Buffaloes had the opportunity to pad their lead, but they weren't able to do it here in the third inning. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors. And there was 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 3 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for checking in with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out once the game is finished.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the order to come to bat here for the Hawks in their half of the inning. An unearned run in the first inning is the difference in this one, as the left-hander is ready to go as he's completed his tosses. Shudo strides to the plate 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out in his only time up. Batting from the left side here against the lefty, as he digs himself in, and we're ready to resume the action. Lefty working himself to the belt. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly no balls and 1 strike to Shudo. The speedy Shudo looking to try to find his way on base. I wouldn't bat an eye if he tried to drop a bunt down at some point here in this ball game, as there's a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count goes even at 1-1. He has that type of game-changing speed. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on, lifted foul down the left field line. Count now goes to 1-2 on Shudo. Like again to thank everybody for spending their late night tonight with the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. As we have all the action here, there's a fastball swung on. It's chopped over to short. They're going to have to hurry. Throw to first, and it's in time. Oh, a nice play there by Kataro Kirbayashi as he retires Shudo for the first out of the inning. It goes in the books as a ground out, 6-3. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya. Well, the left-hander Satani so far has faced the minimum in this one here. They have had a base runner have the Hawks in the leadoff walk in the second inning to Kensuke Kondo, but that has been it. He has limited them on the base paths tonight. There's a fastball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0 to Imamiya. Imamiya tonight 0 for 1. He struck out his only time up. As there's a breaking ball that misses, and the count now goes to 2-0 to Emamiya. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a decent crowd tonight at the Kyocera Dome in Osaka. There was a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Emamiya. Wasn't really sure what we were going to see in terms of attendance at this one. As we said, it doesn't mean a whole lot for the Buffaloes as much as it does for the Hawks. 2-1 on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 2-2. I've seen some other calls tonight or other pitches that have looked a lot better than that one not get called a strike. So Emamiya probably talking to himself in the batter's box there, wondering what he's got to do to be able to get the ball 3. There was a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to the right side, fielded by the second baseman, Gonzalez, who throws to first, and that's going to go as a ground out. 4-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 Hawks up and 2 Hawks down here in the 4th. Leave it all up to the right fielder, Yuki Yanagita. Well, Yanagita steps to the plate. He's batting from the left side against the lefty Satani here. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Pitch on the way as a fastball swung on it is lifted into center field, and there you go. There's the first hit of the ball game for the Hawks. As Yanagita is aboard with a 2-out single. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Kazuki Kondo. Well, for Kondo, he was the only base runner up until this point, until Yanagita has reached, as he drew a 4-pitch walk in the second inning. He's batting .303 on the year with 25 homers and 86 runs driven in. Another left-handed batter in the Hawk lineup. As the lefty Satani works himself to the belt and now delivers, there's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. The count is quickly 0-1 to Kondo. Way out in front of that one. Hawks trying to find a way to punch a run across here. We will be taking the extended break between the 5th and the 6th innings when we get there. As we like to call it, the Japanese halftime. They have a drinks break for the umpires and a little extended to do some grounds crew work. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-1. I always remember a number of years ago, there's a fellow that I knew in the officiating world who was doing a World University Games tournament in Taiwan. And that's what they used to call it, halftime in Taiwan, where they would take literally a 15-minute break in between the 5th and the 6th inning. Well, they don't take as big a break in Japan, but it is still a few minutes in the Pacific League as the fastball misses up and in, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is. As we mentioned, we'll be back on that airwave tomorrow again, but they have announced the starting pitchers for tomorrow night. As it looks like it's still going to be the similar starters from last night's game. I thought maybe with the extra day off, maybe we would see somebody different on the mound. I was kind of hoping for a Roque Sasaki appearance. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's 3-1 to Kondo. If it was Roque Sasaki, maybe that would have really been able to be an electric 1-game knockout. But it is going to be Norimoto going for the Eagles. It'll be Ojima going for the Marines. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into left field. Moving over to his right and making the catch is Fukuoka. And that is going to do it as Kondo has been retired for the 3rd out of the inning. But they do get a base hit, do the Hawks. No runs in the inning. There was the hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you for listening in with us tonight.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check him out after the game. He's got all kinds of wacky and crazy things across his channel. Well, we've got ourselves Marwin Gonzalez, Kentaro Kobayashi, and Shuhei Fukuoka to come to bat here in the fourth inning, as they will be facing Kohei Arihara here as he begins his fourth inning of work. One thing I have to say, when I was in Japan, the beer sales and the beer girls at these games, I got to tell you, the beer girls are dressed in they're usually in shorts. They're carrying the beer on the back. Most of it is going to be draft beer that they are selling. Didn't see too many with cans. You could get a spritzer with a can, that is for sure. Here comes the first offering to Marwin Gonzalez. There's a breaking ball that misses outside to count as 1-0 to Gonzalez. But not too many canned beer sales in these stands, but they hustle and they run up and down the aisles. If they were wearing a Fitbit, I wonder how many steps they would do, or how many stairs they would do, or flights of stairs, as there's a breaking ball that misses down and away that counts 2-0. But they're literally racing to get the people the beer. It's unbelievable. I don't know how they're compensated, if they're compensated on the number of beers that they sell. But if they did, they would be hustling big time for sure. There's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into straightaway center field. Drifting underneath it is Shudo. He's there to make the catch. And Gonzalez is in the books for out number 1 here in the fourth inning. It's going to bring up Kentaro Kobayashi. One of the concerns I would have tonight with watching these Buffaloes play is just the competitiveness of their at-bats. Only once tonight, despite the fact that the right-hander Arihara has not been sharp, only once tonight has there been a full count to any of the Buffalo batters. And that would have been Yuma Mune, who drew himself a walk back in the third inning. First pitch breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike here to Kobayashi. Right-hander Arihara ready to go again as he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. And what I mean by competitive at-bats, when you think of the game the other night between the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, and it was Alek Thomas who had a 14-pitch at-bat. As the 1-1 on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined over the head of the second baseman, Kawase, into right field, and Kobayashi is going to be aboard with a 1-out single. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Shuhei Fukuoka. Well, for Fukuoka, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded into a double play his last time up. Bats here with 1 gone on the runner at first. Kobayashi, not really a threat to steal. He's only got 3 bags on the season stolen. He does establish his lead. He's got 1 foot on the turf and 1 foot on the dirt. Fukuoka batting from the left side here. His average is dipped to 198. No homers and 5 runs batted in as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Fukuoka. I was talking about how the beer girls would be racing up and down, and as I said, just collecting all kinds of steps, everything else. Again, they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is Kobayashi. Runner establishes his lead over at first. Locked in on the pitcher, Arihara, who works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Fukuoka. On top of this ball game here tonight, and then tomorrow night, it won't be until the weekend where we resume the action in the NPB. So here comes the 1-1 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. And just at that exact time, it freezes for us, but it is a breaking ball that misses, and the count now goes to 2-1. Always hate that sometimes when you lose your feed right in the middle of the delivery. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Fukuoka. Runner at first, Kobayashi, 1 gone here in the last half of the 4th inning. Buffaloes have a 1-0 lead over the Hawks as the right-hander Arihara checks his sign from Kai as he works set to the belt. Here comes the offering. And instead, they throw over to first base, and again, getting back in time is the base runner Kobayashi. 2 balls and 1 strike to Fukuoka. As we said, it's a decent crowd considering. When I say considering, is considering the fact that the Buffaloes have long clinched first place. This game really doesn't mean a whole lot for them. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, swung on a miss. There goes Kobayashi down to second. The throw is not in time. Kenta Mamiya seems to think that he got the tag down in time. We'll see if the manager, Fujimoto, wants to have a look at this. We get a look at the replay here. It looks like a stolen base. It was a clean one here. And I think he got in there safely. I don't think that's going to be a challenge wasted. That's a good idea there. I don't think that they're going to review that one. So Kobayashi with the stolen base. He's in scoring position now with 1 gone. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Fukuoka as the pitcher Arihara ready to go again. So here comes the 2-2 offering to Fukuoka as the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher Kai. Kai using a bit of a touch system here as opposed to just the play numbers with the runner at second. Here's the 2-2. It's a breaking ball that's check swing foul behind home plate. The count remains at 2-2 to Fukuoka. Nice defensive swing there by the Buffalo's left fielder. He had to try to do anything to stave that off. It was too close to take. Probably would have been a ball, but you have to say that it's the one thing the Japanese hitters as a collective whole do well. They really are able to get that bat to the ball, be able to stave it off, that's for sure, keeping themselves alive. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander checks the runner, now delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to the right side. Fielded by Akira Nakamura. Flips it to the pitcher covering. And that is going to retire Fukuoka. It's going to go in the books as a ground out, 3-1. He's out for the second out of the inning, and now it's going to bring up the catcher Kenya Wakatsuki. Advancing to third on the ground out is Kobayashi. So he is over at third with 2 gone. So Wakatsuki striding to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his only time up. Arihara tonight only has 2 strikeouts in the books. Most of the other stuff here tonight for him has been put into play. As we mentioned, he has struggled with his command tonight. He has issued 3 walks in his 3 2/3 innings. It's a little bit uncharacteristic for the veteran right-hander. So here comes the first offering to Wakatsuki as he works to the belt. He checks the runner at third, who is Kobayashi, and now delivers a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to Wakatsuki. I say breaking ball again, I have to come back and look at it. It was a split finger pitch from Arihara that had the 12-6 depth to it. So no balls and 1 strike as the right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul just past the third base coach's box, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Wakatsuki. No balls, 2 strikes. Here in the last half of the fourth inning, the Buffaloes are clinging to a 1-0 lead over the Hawks. Unearned run in the first inning as Yumamune had come across to score on a fielder's choice by Sugimoto is the difference in this one. And here comes the offering from the right-hander. It's a fastball down, but the home plate umpire says that Wakatsuki's gone around, and he's going to go in the books for the second time via the strikeout tonight. And that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the fourth inning. They had no runs. They had a hit. No errors and 1 runner stranded aboard. We're now through 4 complete innings. Your score is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you again for listening in. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here. In the 5th inning, it is going to be Akira Nakamura, Tetsuro Yanagamachi, and Tomoya Inoue to face the left-hander Ryuhei Satani, who is on for his 5th inning of work. He has been very effective tonight, has been the left-hander. He's only allowed 1 hit through his 4 innings. He has also struck out 3 batters and walked 1 in his 4 innings of work. 52 pitches for the lefty through the 4 innings as well. So he has been very, very solid tonight. So here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and away to Nakamura, and the count is 1-0. Nakamura tonight flew out to center field his first time up, as he waits on the offering here from the lefty, who delivers a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes even at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Excited for the Japanese playoffs to start next weekend, or this coming weekend. As the 1-1 is on the way, there's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count goes to 2-1. Yokohama and Hiroshima are going to be going off at the early games this weekend, and one would hope that the Pacific League will be the late games. It'd drive me crazy if they ran both at the same time. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count's now 2-2. I remember a number of years ago, I was in the United Kingdom. It would have been 1998. And I remember the FA Cup final was going on, and the Scottish Cup final was going on at the same time. Exactly at the same kickoff. There's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted, foul down the left field line. The count is 2-2. And I remember saying to somebody when I was in Scotland, I said, why would they play the Scottish Cup final exactly at the same time as the final in England? And they were like, well, we're 2 different countries. I said, yeah, but you're on the same island. Why wouldn't you guys consider staggering the starts? Because I'm sure that people who would watch the first game would probably watch the second game as well, as the fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2 to Nakamura. They've not announced the start times for the Pacific League games as of yet in Japan. Of course, they're also waiting for the location, but one would have to think it would be a no-brainer to have the games be a late start. There's a fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded by Gonzalez in the 4-hole. He throws off a 1 foot, and that's going to retire Nakamura. That's going to go as a ground out, 4-3. Nice play there by Gonzalez. He had the range to his left in the shallow right field, and then he had to throw off a 1 foot. Nice play by him. And that is going to retire Nakamura for the first out. That's going to bring up Tetsuro Yanagamachi. Yanagamachi tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded into a double play his first time up. As the first pitch from the lefty is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. I think the way I would describe the Hawks lineup tonight offensively is lifeless. The pitcher, Satani, has been able to keep them off balance here tonight, only generating 1 hit in their 4 1/3 innings so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Kohei Arihara, you have to tip your hat to him. He has battled tonight, struggled to throw strikes. That has been his deal. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called third strike. Oh, Yanagamachi stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched that go by for out number 2. So 2 in the books here, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Tomoya Inoue. Well, for Inoue, he is 0 for 1 in this one. He's flown to center field his only trip to the plate. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Lefty versus the righty as Inoue waits, and the pitch on the way is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Lefty again gets his sign from his catcher, Wakatsuki. He delivers. It's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to third. Mune fields it on the run. They throw to first, and diving into first base is Inoue, but he's going to come up a little bit short, as that is going to be a ground out, 5-3 to end the inning, and that will do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 5th. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 1 and the Hawks no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with that call in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight, late night in North America, and probably very early in the morning in other places in the world, not in North America. Hang tight.
I've wanted to try this for a while. I want to try to make a wave. This is going to be the eye.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be moving to the bottom half of the 5th inning in just a couple of moments. Your score is 1-0 for the Buffaloes as they'll come to hit in their last half of the 5th. Welcome back, everybody. Coming to bat for the Buffaloes in their half of the 5th inning will be Tomoya Noguchi, Yumamune, and Kai Nakagawa. They'll be the top of the batting order here to face the right-hander Kohei Arihara, who has delivered 66 pitches in his 4 innings of work, as he is struck out 3 in this one and walked 3. He has had some trouble with his command here tonight, as he's ready to face the top of the order and Noguchi as he's working here in inning number 5. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Noguchi. Gucci tonight 0 for 2. He has struck out and popped a third in his 2 trips. As he waits here, and the pitch on the way is a breaking ball swung on, grounded up the middle. Fielded by Imamiya, he throws to first. That is going to retire Noguchi on a ground out, 6-3. So 1 in the books here, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, Mune has lived on the base paths here tonight. He has got a single in his 2 trips. He's also drawn a walk. So 1 for 1 and scored the only run in this one, as he came home on the fielder's choice by Sugimoto back in the first innings. So Mune stepping into the plate, waiting here on the offering. So if you're looking for an over-under in this one, you're probably sitting pretty with the under right now if you've taken it through the first 5. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Mune. We do get a lot of folks who like to check in the 5th inning here, as it's an important ball game for those who like to put their shillings or their nickels or their pennies or their yen down on games. Fastball misses outside, and the count goes even at 1-1 to Mune. Always an important inning is the 5th inning, because that sways things. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Mune. Mune has had himself a nice ball game tonight, not just offensively, but on the defensive side of things. He's made a couple of nice plays over at third base and has shown the steady glove we expect him to have. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be looped into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Mune's hot hitting continues. That's going to be the 3rd time tonight he's aboard. His 2nd hit of the ball game, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Kai Nakagawa. That last pitch was a changeup, a pitchfork changeup from the right-hander Arihara. And it was a nice piece there by Mune to be able to keep his weight back and throw the bat at the ball to deliver himself a base hit. So Mune is aboard with 1 gone, and that will bring up Nakagawa to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He is grounded to second, and he is flown to center. As he steps up here to the dish, his average has dropped to 269 with the 12 homers and 55 RBIs. Arihara looks over at the runner at first base as he works to the set. And instead he throws over to first, and getting back easily is the runner Mune. So Mune, the runner at first, 1 gone here, as Nakagawa waits on the offering from the right-hander Arihara. Arihara checks his sign with Kai, and now he works himself to the belt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nakagawa. As we said, it's been a bit of a magical act here tonight put on by the right-hander. He has not been on great form. He has struggled to throw strikes. There's been times in this ball game where it's almost been just slightly over 50%. So here comes the 1-0 offering as Nakagawa waits here on the delivery from the right-hander. As Arihara holds at the belt, and the pitch on the way. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes even at 1-1. I have to say, how I would describe Arihara's fastball tonight is sneaky quick. Doesn't seem to have the same pop on it as the counterpart Satani has for the Buffaloes. And I don't know if that's because Satani's been a master tonight at changing speeds to keep the Hawks batters off of balance. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And that is a fastball that comes up, and it has hit the batter in the head. Oh boy, what's going to happen here? Normally what happens is in the Japanese league, it's an automatic ejection. So we're going to see here if that is going to be constituted here, if Arihara's night's going to be done. And they're going to go and take Nakagawa to have a look at him. He's going to go into the dugout. It looked like it wasn't a fastball. It looked like it was a breaking ball that got away. And typically speaking, that constitutes an automatic ejection in the NPB. But I have to say the one thing about, I'll get a look at the replay. It looked like that Nakagawa had ducked himself into the pitch as opposed to rolling into it. So let's take a look at that one. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Nakagawa did make the turn. But if he doesn't duck, he probably doesn't get hit in the head. Looks like Arihara is going to stay in the game, but they're going to have a conference on the mound here, or are they going to run him out of the ball game? As the pitching coaches come on out to talk to him, it looks like he's still going to be there as he's got the bottled water with him. Well, that's going to put runners at first and second. But as I said, we've got a conference on the mound, and we are waiting on Nakagawa's return. And it's something you kind of get used to in the NPB is when a player gets hit or possibly gets hurt, they take him off the field to the trainer's room to have a look at him before he returns to the field of play. It's going to bring Tomoya Mori to the plate with runners at first and second. So it looks like the home plate umpire is going to have a word with the manager, Nakajima, for the Buffaloes, probably wanting to know why Arihara is still in the ball game. But that was a breaking ball. It wasn't like it was a fastball that rode up and in to drill him. So Tomoya Mori, who comes to the plate, is 1 for 1 in this one. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also drawn a walk. The manager Nakajima returns to his seat in the dugout as Arihara is getting a couple of tune-up tosses here as the first baseman Nakagawa now returns to the field of play. So Tomoya Mori striding to the plate, 1 for 1. He's also walked and has been stranded both times on base as they haven't been able to bring him in. This is going to be a crucial situation here for the Buffaloes. They've stranded 5 runners on base in the first 4 innings. They've not had any clutch hitting, and their 2-out hitting has not been very good at all in this point. So Mori steps in, batting .292 with 18 homers and 64 runs driven in. Right-hander Arihara gets his sign from his catcher Kai as he works himself to the set position. Runner at second, Mune. Runner at first is Nakagawa. Here comes the pitch. And he delivers. It's a fastball. Take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Mori. So no balls and 1 strike. Crowd is in good form here tonight. Cheering their home side on are the Buffalo fans. Mori here waiting on the offering. No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Arihara. Fastball missing outside. The count goes even 1-1. As we mentioned before in this one, one thing I haven't calculated out is how it would affect if this game ended up being a 12-inning tie. What would happen to the other 2 teams in the playoff hunt? Obviously, the Marines, with a victory tomorrow night, then would end up at the same spot as the Hawks. I don't know how that tiebreaker would play itself out. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. Yanagita picks it up, rounding third, but they're going to hold the brakes on Mune as the throw comes in. Probably if they would have sent Mune, he probably would have had a chance to score as that throw was up the third baseline. The catcher, Kai, had to come up the line to field it. But Mori's got himself a single. It's going to load the bases here with 1 gone. That's going to bring Yataro Sugimoto to the plate. So lots of action now here in the 5th inning as the Buffaloes are threatening yet again. As I said earlier in the first or the second inning, to see that Arihara would be around here in the 5th inning, but definitely to see him in the 6th inning would be a question mark, as he has really battled his way here through tonight. So bases are full of Buffaloes as a stampede is looking ready to happen. Sugimoto tonight officially 0 for 2. He has driven in a run. The only run of the ball game for the Buffaloes. He bounced into a fielder's choice and he had flown out to right field. Big fella here with a couple of home runs the other night, giving him 16 on the year. And here comes the first offering from Arihara. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sugimoto. So no balls and one strike. Runner at third, Bune. Runner at second, Nakagawa. Runner at first is Mori. No balls and one strike to Sugimoto, batting here in the last half of the fifth inning with one gone. As the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, Kai. Kai with the runner on base goes through an extended set of signs as they are concerned about the runner picking off something else. So here comes the 0-1 offering. Sugimoto waits. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and two strikes to Sugimoto. He was way out in front of that one as the right-hander had taken something off of the breaking pitch. So no balls and two strikes it is. And Sugimoto waiting here on the offering again. Clutch situation. Buffalo's looking to do something here with one gone. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. The switch hitter, Marwin Gonzalez, waits his turn on deck. I guess when you're the only game in town in the NPB, this game here with Arihara on the mound, I wonder if the advertisers would rub their hands in glee when you have a couple of slow workers and a lot of bullpen changes. How many commercial breaks that would end up being and the revenue that they would be able to pull in. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here as the right-hander acknowledges the signs from his catcher, Kai. As Arihara works to the belt, here comes the 1-2. The pitch is on its way. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is line foul down the left field line. Oh, Sugimoto. That was certainly not a 2-strike approach. He wasn't going to get fooled on that one. As he hammers that ball foul. Way out in front. Let's talk about hitters shortening up and putting the ball into play. Well, he wanted to put that ball into the seats. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sugimoto as the fans are making their noise here in the Osaka Kyocera Dome. As the 1-2 pitch is ready to come. Right-hander Arihara kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball waved out and missed. Sugimoto goes in the books. He's gone for out number 2. That's a big strikeout here for Arihara. That's going to leave it all up to Marwin Gonzalez. Well, Gonzalez strides to the bat tonight, and he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown out both times to center field. The import switch hitting second baseman striding to the plate here in this one. Looking to try to blow the game apart. As we said, it's the 5th inning is always that inning that people, whether they have the over-unders, always check in. And tonight is no different. We appreciate you guys for popping in here with us. So Gonzalez ready to go here as the right-hander Arihara ready to deliver. The pitch is a breaking ball swung on, and it's tap foul behind home plate. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Gonzalez. I'd be really curious to see if he's going to make his way back into this ball game here again, Arihara, in the 6th inning. 84 pitches here for the right-hander. Gonzalez gets himself set in the batter's box as he waggles the bat. Ready here on the offering from the right-hander. Average is sitting at 215 on the season for Marwin, and the pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2, so Arihara way ahead of the switch hitting second baseman. Actually, that one was a change piece. Had him way out in front. As we said, there's not a lot of pitchers in the NPB that will throw the changeup. Arihara definitely has one, and it's a pretty good one. He throws the pitchfork variety. Sometimes guys will throw the circle change. It's more of a fastball, breaking ball league, with the split finger fastballs also being in there as well. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. The right-hander holds to the set, now delivers. Pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. It's in the dirt, fielded by the catcher, who steps on the plate. And that is going to do it here as Gonzalez goes down on strikes for out number 3. Well, the Buffaloes, they threaten, but they don't score. No runs in the inning, 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left aboard. That is now 8 left on in 5 innings. Arihara able to wiggle himself out of the jam. Everybody, as we talked about before, this is what we call our Japanese halftime. As they have an extended break between the 5th and the 6th innings, we're going to put the music on loop. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for listening in. Top of the 6th coming up when we return in just a few minutes.
All I want
Welcome back, everybody. We are ready to get this one back underway as the manager, Nakajima, is coming out as he's got a couple of changes to make. As we will catch those up for you here in just a couple moments. 1-0 is the scoreline as we are moving now to the top of the sixth inning. Buffaloes have had their chances here tonight. They've got one unearned run scored. And unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to cash in on their opportunities. The left-hander is still in the ball game, and that is Satani. He has been absolutely brilliant here tonight in this one. 5 innings of work, only 1 hit allowed, and 1 walk so far in this one. And he has, to his name, he's got 4 strikeouts. At least that's what we have in our books. There are some changes as it looks like Marwin Gonzalez is moving over to first base. So some defensive alignment changes here for the Buffaloes, and we'll get you all the rest of those as we move along. Sometimes we're a little bit slow in getting our information and our lineup changes, but we'll get that for you as it becomes available. That would mean that more than likely we'll see where Nakagawa goes, as Kai Nakagawa was the first baseman. And we'll look to see who else is in the ballgame. It looks like Rio Adachi is going to be in at second base. We're not sure if the outfield has moved around a bit because Tomoya Mori was in right field. Well, coming to bat for the Hawks here in this one, it is going to be Hikaru Kawase, Takuya Kai, and at top of the order, Yukio Shudo. So the 8, 9, and 1 hitters face the lefty Satani, who delivers a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Kawase tonight 0 for 1. He is grounded to third, his only time up. As the lefty ready to deal again. Here comes the pitch. He squares the bunt, does Kawase, and he takes a called strike. The count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is as the lefty kicks and fires. There's a fastball that comes inside, just misses Kawase. Count goes to 2-1. We saw Kawase get hit the other night, and I thought of a soccer game where he probably should have been booked, but not so much. It is Rio Adachi who has come in for Nakagawa. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded right back to the pitcher. Fielded neatly. They throw to first. It's going to go in the books as a ground out 1-3. I would have to think maybe that would be precautionary reasons for Nakagawa, as he was hitting the head with that pitch, so they probably decided to take him out of the ball game. Adachi slides in over at second base. The runner, or the second baseman Gonzalez, moves over to first. So that would be the only change that we could detect as of right now. Looks like the outfield is still going to be the same. And why not? It's a precautionary reason because guess what? The Buffaloes, this game doesn't mean a whole lot for them at this point. First pitch breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1 to Kai. Kai tonight 0 for 1. He struck out on his only time to the plate. As he bats here against the lefty for the second time today, it's the top of the order, Yukio Shudo, who waits his turn on deck. Here comes the pitch. Kai squares the bunt, but he takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and now the count goes to 0-2. It was the 71st pitch of the ballgame for Satani. He's been quite good tonight. In fact, I wouldn't bat an eye to see him come out for another inning of work. As the lefty works to the belt. And now he kicks and fires. There's a slow breaking ball that misses way outside. The count goes to 1-2 on Kai. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hawks need to get a win in this game to secure second place and home field advantage in that first round of the playoffs. All the games will be played at that venue. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Kai goes in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. As I was saying, that's the benefit of being the second place team. You get to play all the games at your yard. The Hiroshima Carp, who finished in second place, get to host Yokohama for 3 straight games. Kind of curious in that series to see how it'll end up shaking out. I would think that Azuma and Imanaga would be two arms that they would see, but will Trevor Bauer be making an appearance? Here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting Shuto. It's a fastball that misses outside for a ball. They say that Bauer is ahead of schedule in his rehab assignment, which is not to be unexpected. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that just misses low, and the count goes to 2-0 on Shuto. Boy, that last pitch looked pretty darn good. Shuto is somebody you want to keep off the base paths. You don't want to let him get on because a walk for him is just like a double. He can get himself over to second base. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1 to Shuto. But we're getting into the playoff time of the year, and this is the most exciting time of the year. This is like Christmas in October for baseball fans. As Shuto squares to bunt, and he pulls back as that fastball misses outside. It's now 3 balls and a strike to Yukio Shuto. Got a good late night crowd in here with us tonight. If you're in North America, appreciate you for listening in. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses inside. That's going to be ball 4. A 2-out walk issued here to Shuto. That'll bring up the shortstop, Kenta Amamiya, and it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the Buffalo's dugout as they're going to want to have a word with the lefty here, more than likely on how they want to attack Kenta Amamiya, but at the same time, how they're going to deal with this runner at first base with 2 gone. Lefty Satani tonight, very little trouble. This is only the second walk he's issued. And he's only allowed 1 hit, and that was to Yuki Yanagita back in the 4th inning. So the young Buffalo left-hander who's been cruising through the first 5 2/3 innings of work is going to face the shortstop Amamiya here with 2 gone in the 6th. So 2 gone here. That conference is over as Amamiya comes to the plate. Shuto and Kobakata tied with 36 stolen bases each. Shuto establishes his lead. He's got 1 foot on the turf and 1 on the dirt. As Amamiya waggling the bat. And there's a breaky ball that misses down in the dirt. A good stop there by the catcher, Wakatsuki. Squaring to bunt, by the way, was Amamiya, which was strange because Imamiya is one of the sacrifice leaders, but certainly here with the runner at first, I wouldn't be expecting him to be bunting for a base hit. So 1 ball and no strikes to Imamiya. Lefty holds at the belt and delivers. There's a fastball that's taken for a ball. The throw down to second, not in time. And just as anticipated, Shuto has got himself a stolen base. And that is going to put him into scoring position with 2 gone. And it is, we're going to see if they're going to go take a look at this one or not. Simon in the house tonight. He said, what happened in the bottom of the 5th inning? The bottom of the 5th inning, they're going to go up and have a look at this one because they think they may have had a shot at getting Shuto at second. Well, we have the timeout in the action. We could tell you what happened. The Buffaloes loaded the bases with 1 out. And then Sugimoto and Gonzalez struck out back-to-back in the bottom of the 5th. It stranded the bases loaded, and that's how that inning ended. Buffaloes were not able to capitalize on all the runners on the base paths. If there's a story in this game here, it would be the Buffaloes stranding 8 runners aboard so far in the first 5 innings. That has been a bit of a problem for them tonight. I'm just taking a look here. They are looking at the replay. I thought he was safe on first glance. Boy, that's going to be interesting. I'd like to see what the replay has to offer. Our replay here looks like, oh boy, they might have nailed Shuto at second base. We're going to have to wait and see what the umpires have to say when they come back. The angles that we've got here, I thought Shuto would have got in there for sure at first glance. But as far as I'm concerned, the tag is in old school baseball, the tag was high. Usually if the ball beats you there, you're out. But when the tag is up around the thigh area, usually you wouldn't get those type of calls. Well, now that they have the instant replays and you're playing a letter of the law baseball, it has changed the way the game has been played over the last 10 plus years that we've had the replay. Our center field angle looks like it is going to be in time to be able to get Shuto, but our overhead angle, you can't quite see it because it looks like that the runner has got to the base the same time the tag is there, but we're going to have to wait here. If I had to give you my pick, I'm going to say he's safe, but let's see what the umpires say, because here they come. And they're coming up with the outside, so that's going to be an out. That's going to be the third out of the inning. So caught stealing in the books, 2-6. That's going to retire Shuto for the third out of the inning. That's going to do it here in the sixth for the Hawks. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the sixth inning. Your score is the Orix Buffaloes 1 and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. No score. My friend Simon asked the question, has Orix changed their pitcher yet? The answer to that is no, they haven't. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the bottom third of the batting order coming to bat here in the sixth inning for the Buffaloes. That means Kentaro Kobayashi, Shuhei Fukuda, and Kenya Wakatsuki. I'll have to confirm with you if Kohei Arihara is still going to be coming out for his sixth inning of work. It's not been an easy night for the veteran right-hander. Yes, has struggled to throw strikes, but one thing we did say is that only once tonight in the ballgame, back in the third inning, did he go to a full count. And that was to Yuma Mune, and everything else, it's not been there, but he has been struggling getting ahead in the count on hitters, as well as throwing strikes. I've got our friend the hobbyist in the house here tonight. We welcome you to the stream. So the right-handed hitting Kobayashi here at the plate, and it is Arihara on for his sixth inning of work. The first pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Second last game of the season, the game of importance tomorrow night. Win or go home between the Eagles and the Marines. So that game will take place in Tohoku. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Imamiya fields it. He throws to first. That's going to retire his opposite number, Kobayashi, on a ground out 6-3. So he's in the books for out number one, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Shuhei Fukuda. Well, for Fukuda, he is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded into a double play and grounded to the first baseman. So 0 for 2 for Fukuda. As the left-handed hitting left fielder steps into the batter's box, ready here to face the right-hander for the third time. Our friend the hobbyist is fist pumping for the Eagles tomorrow night. Here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Fukuda. We had to cut the stream short. We tried to do doubleheader on Saturday night and wasn't able to get that back half of the ball game done. Had an absolute headache in that second game. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Able to get solid 6 hours of sleep in before this one. Take a nap in the early morning, but looking forward to tomorrow night's action. We'll be ready to go with all the action tomorrow night. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count goes to 1-2 to Fukuoka. One gone here in the 6th inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Buffalo's left fielder, and the pitch is a fastball that just misses outside. Count now goes to 2-2. Oh, that pitch looked pretty good. But that looked like the right call from the home plate umpire as the ball had moved away to the arm side, away from the hitter. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Arihara works to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Fukuoka. Amir jumps into the stream and says, how do you watch this? Well, Amir, I guess the question I have to you is, where are you? Because depending upon where you're at in the world, it can be picked up in different places, and other places you can't pick it up. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Fukuoka goes into the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. Well, for Wakatsuki tonight, he is officially 0 for 2. He has struck out both of his times to the plate. As he comes to bat here, ready to face the right-hander Arihara for the 3rd time. Arihara works himself to the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. Well, there's multiple ways that you might be able to tune in the States. They don't offer anymore, unfortunately, the DAZN, I believe, in the States anymore. That's where most people were able to pick it up last year. But if you have a VPN, DAZN is your option out of Japan. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now is 2 balls and no strikes to Wakatsuki. Our friend the hobbyist has a great baseball name. So DAZN's your best option. Sometimes the games are streamed on Yahoo Japan. Fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 2-1. Pacific League TV is also available, although at this time of the year with only 2 games remaining, probably not worth the price for the season pass. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Wakatsuki. Of course, everything is all in Japanese, so those are some of the things. They have the Friends to Friends. I don't know a whole lot about that. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into deep right field. Moving back, looking up, and this one is gone. A home run. As that is going to put the Buffaloes up. It's going to double the lead as Wakatsuki goes opposite field. A 2-0 lead now for the Buffaloes here in the 6th inning. As he was able to stay inside the ball and drive it right down the right field line. That's going to be the 6th home run of the year for Wakatsuki as he picks himself up. Another run here for the Buffaloes. That is going to bring up the top of the order in Tomoya Noguchi. Our friend Worthy Sports said Otani went to this league. That's funny. No, Otani came from this league, where he started his career. So 2 gone here in the 6th. Run on the board, and Noguchi striding to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out, he has popped to third, and he has grounded to short. A friend of Beers says he likes the KBO and the NPB. Don't really follow the KBO a whole lot. What I've seen of the KBO, it's been the challenge there. We do have a stoppage in the play here, as we are going to have ourselves a pitching change. Kohei Arihara's night is going to be finished. We are going to have ourselves a change. So hang tight, everybody. We got ourselves a pitching change. We'll be right back in just a few. We thank you guys for being with us to listen in on all the action tonight. We'll take it away with our friend Steve, and we'll be back in 60 seconds.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool to go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We do have a pitching change. It's going to be the lefty Shinya Kayama coming on in relief. He's making his 23rd appearance of the year. He's got a 1-0 record for the Hawks. He's only worked 11 2/3 innings. The situational lefty has allowed 16 hits. He has walked 6 and struck out 7, and he's got an ERA of 5.40. So he is going to be entrusted here to trying to retire Noguchi. As Tomoya Noguchi steps to the plate, he's 0 for 3 tonight. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to the center fielder Noguchi. Our friend Rags and Rose TV asked the question, who do you like in tomorrow's game? As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that just misses, and the count goes even to 1-1. That's tough. I'm probably leaning toward the Golden Eagles in this one. It's been kind of an epic collapse for the Marines. They had that, I think it was a 7-game losing streak where they had a number of their players out with COVID, of all things. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. As the lefty delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It's chopped over to second. Fielded neatly by Kawase, and he throws to first, and that is going to retire Noguchi. It's a ground out 4-3. But the Buffaloes do get a run in the inning as they have doubled their lead on the home run by Wakatsuki. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. There was no errors and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Hawks nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Hawks in their half of the 7th inning. That means Kenta Imamiya, Yuki Yanagita, and Kensuke Kondo. As we are ready to resume the action here in just a moment. Kenya Wakatsuki's home run in the inning, or in the top half of the inning, has been the difference. We do have a pitching change as the Buffaloes are going to their bullpen, as it now becomes a battle of the pens. It is going to be Utagawa coming on in relief, his 46th appearance of the year. And he has got himself a 1.81 ERA. So Yuki Utagawa on in relief here in the 7th inning. So Imamiya strides into the plate. This is going to be a tough inning here for Utagawa. He's got the power arm, but he's got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters that he's going to have to retire. So this is a point in the ball game that they can get through this, then they've got a good chance to be able to seal it out. First pitch is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Imamiya tonight 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out in his 2 trips to the plate. So there's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Imamiya. Rags and Rose TV asked, who do we like at tomorrow's game? And I kind of waffled a little bit on my answer. If I had to give you an answer, I would probably say tomorrow night, my eggs would be in the Golden Eagles basket. They're playing at home tomorrow night. It'll be their crowd in the Sendai region. The Marines have really struggled in the month of September and in October. As that fastball is taken for a called strike, the count now goes to 2-1. I'm a little surprised at who they're running out. I would have thought maybe with the extra day's rest, maybe Roki Sasaki, but it's going to be Ojima. Fastball swung on and lifted down the right field line. It's going to slice into the seats. It's going to run the count to 2-2 on Imamiya. On the flip side of the coin, it is going to be headed to the mound tomorrow night for the Golden Eagles. It'll be Norimoto, who has pitched well down the stretch. So I have my needle pointing in that direction there. And it'll be, if they are able to come back and make the playoffs, it'll be interesting because the Golden Eagles really stunk it up in the first half of the season, but they played much better after the All-Star break. There's a fastball swung on. This is lined into center field. It's going to stay up in the air long enough for the center fielder Noguchi to make the catch. Imamiya is going to be gone for out number 1 here. So 1 up and 1 away, and it'll bring up the right fielder Yuki Yanagita. So 1 gone, and that is going to bring Yanagita to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He has the only hit of the game for the Hawks. It was a single back in the 4th inning. The right-hander gets his sign from the catcher, and he's ready to go to work. Utagawa delivers a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Count is 0-1 to Yanagita. When this game is over, we'll give you the wind-up or the roundup of this one, as this is the only game in town here tonight. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 1-1 on Yanagita. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Hawks batting here in their half of the 7th inning as we're in the back third of the ball game. There's a fastball swung on his chop slowly past the first base coach's box, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Yanagita here, ready to go again. Waiting here on the offering from the righty Utagawa, who holds to the set. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball missing upstairs. The count is now 2-2. Be interested too tonight to see how the Buffaloes will play out their last a little bit here. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. The count now goes to 3-2. I'd like to see how the Buffaloes use the back end of their bullpen in this one. If Harano will be available in the 9th inning, and who's going to come out and pitch the 8th. As this will be the final real competitive game that the Buffaloes have for over a week. Going to have to try to find a way to stay sharp. 3-2 on the way. Fastball misses down. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to bring the tying run to the plate in Kensuke Kondo. So that is the nemesis of Utagawa. Yuki Utagawa has his problems, and the problems are the walks. The big right-hander has enjoyed himself the last couple of years in the NPB, where, yeah, it's true, the hitters don't do a very good job of getting hits off him. Last year in 22 1/3 innings, he only allowed 10 hits. This year, he's only allowed 22 hits in 44 innings and 2/3. The problem is he's walked. That's his 29th free pass issued this year in those 44 2/3 innings. Not good enough. The first pitch delivered to Kondo is a split finger pitch that misses way upstairs. That's going to be ball 1. And time has been called as Wakatsuki is going to go out and talk to his right-hander. I guess there's two factors here. One is that the hitters don't know where the pitch is going, but neither does Utagawa. Does not have command of his pitches right now and can't locate. Kondo is 0 for 1 tonight. He's also drawn a walk. Looking to keep his batting average over the 300 mark. There's not too many in the Pacific League that are batting over the 300 mark. Pitch on the way. Fastball blows it right by him. Now that's good old-fashioned hardball. That was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball from Utagawa. And he's got to live in that zone because that's where he needs to be. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander acknowledges the batter here. Here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. Simon says, is there 1 out? Yes, there is. That is correct. Alki in the house tonight. OC Funkster says, where can we watch these streams? We went through that in the last couple innings when we had a couple other people that came in. We'll kind of keep you updated on that as we move along. But the first question we always ask is where you're located, because that makes a difference. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hawks have a runner at first here with 1 gone in the 7th inning. Kondo batting with 1 ball and 2 strikes. They got an opportunity here to try to get back in this ball game as they're behind the Buffaloes 2-0. The difference in the ball game was the solo shot by Wakatsuki in the last inning to double the score. There's a fastball that misses outside. Count goes to 2-2 on Kondo. Utagawa now in relief of the starter Satani, who was absolutely brilliant tonight, going 6 innings and only allowing 1 hit. He'd also only walked 2 batters. Was a fantastic outing by the rookie left-hander for the Buffaloes. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the righty Utagawa delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. It's chopped foul just to the first base coach's box where Marwin Gonzalez makes the play on it, but that was a foul ball. So 2-2 it remains here to Kondo. Really enjoy watching Kondo hit. I used to say that a lot last year about Hiroki Shimouchi, watching him hit for the Golden Eagles. But the difference between Kondo and Shimouchi is Kondo is even further up the food chain, very disciplined at the plate. Here comes the pitch. It is a pitch that's down. The home plate umpire points and says that Kondo went around on the pitch. He's going to go in the books for out number 2. Oh boy, I'd like to see that again on the replay. I'm just talking about his discipline, being able to hold off of pitches. That was a split finger pitch that was down. Oh boy, the outfield angle that we get, I'm not so sure about. We're going to get the overhead view. Well, it looks like the home plate umpire got it right. Looked like he went enough to get around on it. He did offer at the pitch. So 2 in the books, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. The first pitch to Nakamura is a 93-mile-an-hour fastball that misses upstairs for a ball. The count is 1-0. Nakamura tonight is 0 for 2. He has flown to center and grounded to second in his 2 trips to the plate. Utagawa here ready to go again as he gets the sign from his catcher Wakatsuki. He checks the runner at first and now delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count goes even to 1-1. With the Hawks, if they're going to move forward in the playoffs here, as we said before, they're going to have to find another player to go with Yanagita and Kondo to be able to get their bats rolling. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 2-1. Kondo and Yanagita can carry the team, but they need really at least one more to be a major contributor in that playoff run if they're going to do some damage. So the game means a lot for the Hawks here. Hawks win, they clinch second place. They lose here, then it becomes nail-biting time. the Marines win, then they would leapfrog the Hawks to host the playoffs. There's a fastball that misses down. A good stop there by Wakatsuki. Count goes to 3-1 on Nakamura. One question I didn't do the math on is if this game ended in a tie, would that affect either of those two teams tomorrow night? Would that make an impact on the win or the loss? Regardless, both of those teams are going to be trying to fight to win the ball game tomorrow. So 3 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball misses outside. That's going to be the second free pass of the inning issued here by Utagawa. Nakamura is aboard with a walk. It advances Yanagita over to second. It's going to bring Tetsuro Yanagamachi to the plate, and it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the dugout to talk to their right-hander, as he is having more and more difficulties locating. Already 23 pitches here in the inning for Utagawa. So we've got a break in the action here as they have a conference on the mound. Utagawa here getting a talking to as the entire infield is there. Now the conference has been broken up. As we said, looking forward to tomorrow night's action. That should be an exciting ball game. And we'll be on the call for that beginning at 2 a.m. Pacific time will be the first pitch. We'll be on the air about 5-10 minutes before that. So hopefully you can join us for all the action. So Yanagamachi strides to the plate. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded into a double play, and he has struck out looking in his 2 trips. Bats here from the left side against the right-handed throwing Utagawa. Utagawa holds at the chest. He checks the runner at second and now delivers. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down for a ball. The count is 1-0. It's the biggest problem with the bullpens on some of these ball clubs, and specifically certain pitchers. They just don't throw enough strikes. They come in, they throw hard, and the walk rate is just far too great. And Utagawa would be one of those. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. Diving play by the second baseman, Adachi. He tosses it with his glove to the shortstop covering, and they are able to get a fielder's choice out at second base in Nakamura. Oh, what a fantastic play that was. That's definitely going to go on the highlight reel. And if you're on Instagram, make sure you check out the Pacific League highlights for that. That's going to be a fielder's choice, 4-6 to retire Nakamura. He's gone for out number 3. Well, there was no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 2 and the Hawks no score. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in. Check them out. Leave a like, tell other people. But Freddie's coming back. I gotta go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat for the Buffaloes. That'll mean Yumamune, Ryo Adachi, and Tomoya Mori. But they were very, very fortunate to be able to get out of that one. The play that Adachi in that last half inning made, he fielded it diving to his right, On the backhand with the glove, he flipped it with his glove to the shortstop over at second base. As he flipped it with his glove, he lost the glove in the process too. But what a play there by Adachi to be able to retire that runner on the fielder's choice. Oh boy, that was a fantastic play there by the second baseman of the Buffaloes. So Mune, Adachi, and Mori to come to bat. We do have ourselves a pitching change as the Hawks are, looks like, going to the bullpen again, or are we going to stay with, no, yeah, they're gone to the bullpen, and this is going to be something different. It's going to be normally a starter. This is Tsuyoshi Wada coming in, the veteran left-hander, who is coming into the ball game here, and the first pitch from Wada is a fastball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0. Wada's enjoyed himself a great season, but obviously with the opportunity here to come in to pitch as he's facing Mune. 1 ball and no strikes. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count's now 2-0. On the season in 20 ball games, he's got an 8-6 record. He's worked 99 and 2/3 innings. He's allowed 88 hits. He has walked 29 and struck out 85. Fastball catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. Mune tonight has lived on the base paths. He's been on base every time he's come to the bat. He's doubled, he's singled, and he's walked in his 3 trips, raising his season average to 244 as Wada kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Mune. Tsuyoshi Wada wastes very little time. He gets the ball, and he goes right back to work in a hurry. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball swung on, grounded, fair down the right field line past the diving first baseman into the corner. Rounding first and heading to second is Mune, and Mune's going to slam on the brakes at second base as Yanagita digs it out of the corner. So Mune with his second double of the night, his 3rd hit of the ball game. He has got himself in scoring position with nobody out. That's going to bring up Mario Adachi to the plate. Well, for Adachi, this is going to be his first trip to the plate tonight, as he had come in for Kai Nakagawa, and that spotted the batting order. The problem was Nakagawa got hit by a pitch. It was a breaking ball in the head, and he stayed in the game, and then they to run, and then they took him out, probably more for precautionary reasons than anything else. Adachi only hitting a $186, no homers, and 4 RBIs. The first pitch instead is a spaghetti move to second base as Wada chases Mune back. One would think here that the batter here, Adachi, would be trying to bunt. I would have to think that they've got to have something on here to try to move that runner to third. Adachi, obviously, with the season that he's having, really struggling at the plate. At least in my eyes here, it would be automatic for him to be dropping something down, and it looks like he's possibly going to square to bunt here. Let's see what we have. As Wada ready to go. Adachi waggling the bat away from his body. Here comes the pitch. Well, no, he's pulled back, and the pitch is a fastball swung on and hammered foul down the right field line. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Adachi. If anything here, you've got to try to hit behind the runner to move him, advance him over to third. Adachi here waggling the bat. Yes, Tomoya Mori waits his turn on deck. Wada is a different pitcher from the stretch as he takes his time and now delivers a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th, 2-0 for the Buffaloes over the Hawks. This game means a ton for the Hawks. If not, they can still finish in second place even if they lose the ball game tonight. The problem is that it just makes it more interesting tomorrow night depending on the outcome of that game. Here's the pitch. 1-1 pitch is fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2 on Adachi. Well, if this ball game here changes a little bit in terms of the score line, and this becomes an important at bat where they don't move Mune over to third, because you think about it, with Mune at second, you drop a sacrifice bunt down here, he moves to third, then you got a sacrifice fly opportunity, especially with Tomoya Mori waiting on deck. Mori can put charges into the ball. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side. Fielded by the first baseman, Nakamura. Flips it to Wada covering, and that is going to go down as a ground out, 3-1. Tip your hat to Adachi. That's a good piece of hitting as he's able to hit behind the runner to advance them. He's going to be gone for the first out. It's going to put Mune at third. And Tsuyoshi Wada, wonder if his night's going to be done as we got Fujimoto coming to the mound. Why they wouldn't keep him in there to face the lefty Mori, I don't know. As the pitching coach is on his way to the mound. Not sure what Fujimoto has in mind here. But that is the end of the night for Wada. So Wada faces two batters, and they got a lefty and Mori coming to the plate, and he's not even going to face him. That's crazy. So runner at third, Mune, one gone. Mori coming to the plate. We got a pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys for listening in. We'll be right back in just a few after this pitching change.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess, she's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Infuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball!
Appreciate you there, Steve. We do have a pitching change on our hands as it is going to be number 48, Koya Fuji, coming into the ball game. Fuji is making a relief appearance. He began the year as a starter, and with a oblique issue, he ended up going back to the bullpen where he had spent most of the 2022 season. This is his 34th appearance of the year. He's 5-3. He's got himself 69 innings pitched, 45 hits. He has walked 32, struck out 84, and he's got an ERA of 2.22. The defense for the Hawks are going to be in here as they've got to try to be able to cut this off at the plate, or the runner potentially off at the plate. And so it'll be Tomoya Mori coming to bat here to face Fuji. So this is the way it's going to work. We've got Mori at bat here with the runner at third, one gone. Sugimoto waiting on deck. The outfield is deep, which is kind of surprising. The infield is in as the right-hander holds himself to the set position. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Mori tonight has been on base every time he's come to the plate. He's got a walk and 2 singles. It is a bit of an eyebrow raiser for us when we saw the lineup tonight. He got the start in right field. Obviously a catcher by trade and sometimes designated hitter for the Buffaloes. Anything to get his bat in the lineup. So 1 ball and no strikes. As Fuji holds himself to the set position. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0 on Mori. Buffalo's fans gearing up for the playoffs. As we said, they'll get the winner of the Hawks and the winner of tomorrow night's game. But they won't see any action for about 10 days. So Mori here waiting on the offering from the right-hander. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Fuji kicks and delivers. Fastball that just misses outside. That's going to run the count to 3-0 on Mori. Yutaro Sugimoto is looming on deck. Well, the Buffaloes tonight, the one criticism I have for them has been their hitting in clutch situations. They've stranded 8 runners aboard in the first 5 innings of this one here, as we are, of course, in the 7th now. 1 or 2 hits would be able to break this game apart. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses up and away. Ball 4. He's walked Mori on 4 straight pitches. I'm not sure what the purpose of that was. They had the lefty Wada to face him, and they took the lefty out to bring the righty in, and then Fuji walks him. So Fuji has now got runners on the corners with Sugimoto striding to the plate. They are going to back the middles up into halfway so they can try to turn 2 in the middle. Corners are in this situation. So you're still trying to be able to cut down a runner at the plate if they had to. Although I have to say that if it's to Yumamune or to the third baseman Inoue, he's going to try to roll that double play. Just as a reminder, if you're interested in our streams, be sure to bookmark our channel, hit the notification bell if you do want to get the notifications when we do go live, as we will be making some announcements over the next little bit as far as what games we'll cover, but we also need to see when the schedules are going to be dropped. I would think the Pacific League games are who we are going to stay with. So here comes the first offering to the right-handed hitting Sugimoto as the right-hander Fuji holds set. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. Grounded to second. They're coming home with it. They've got the runner hung up between third and home. And the throw to, they've got the runner in the rundown, and Mune is going to be tagged out. So that is going to be retire him on a ground out. It's going to go 4-2 to 5. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. Advancing over to second is Mori. On the fielder's choice, Sugimoto is safe at first. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. So nice play there by Kawase to field the ball. Fired it home to Kai as they had the runner Mune hung up. Interesting there that they were going on contact. I don't think that Mune had hesitated. But the one criticism I'd have of Yuma Mune is he didn't stay in that rundown long enough. Nice job execution-wise by the Hawks. Able to execute that runner. So that brings Gonzalez to the plate with 2 gone and 2 on here. Buffaloes again not being able to cash themselves in a run to blow this game apart. They're just letting the Hawks hang around and hang around. Here we go. Here comes the offering now to Gonzalez. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tonight, tough night at the office. He's flown to center twice and struck out. He's watched his season average plummet to 215. Switch hitting first baseman batting from the left side here against Fuji, as he gets his sign from his catcher, Kai. Buffalo's looking to pad their lead. Fuji checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Oh, there's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and the count runs even to 1-1. That was devastating. That pitch there fell right off the table. It's a really healthy crowd here tonight for this one. You don't see that on a typical Monday night in Japan, or at least in, I should say, in Osaka, or Monday night ball game. But the upper levels are absolutely packed. Here's the 1-1. Fastball swung on, lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and the count's going to go to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Gonzalez. Just as it's a good, healthy crowd at the Kyocera Dome, a good, healthy crowd in our stream tonight, and we do appreciate everybody for listening in. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gonzalez. Runner at second, Mori. Runner at first, Sugimoto. 2 gone here in the last half of the 7th inning. As the batter Gonzalez waits here on the offering, Fuji holds to the set, now delivers. Fastball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. Last pitch was at 92 miles an hour on our gun. If I remember last year, I think Fuji brought it up a little bit faster than this, but he has worked quite a bit here. And as we noticed early in the year when he was working as a starter, he wasn't bringing the velocity like he was out of the bullpen. So maybe that will change as we get into the playoffs. Here comes the 2-2. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. This is lined into left center field. This ball is going to get down, and it's going to get up the gap all the way to the wall. That's going to get 1 run in. Mori has scored. And now coming in is Sugimoto with the 2nd run. Marwin Gonzalez delivers here with a 2-run double. And that is going to double the score from 2-4 here in the 7th inning. That is exactly what the Buffaloes needed, as that was going to plate Mori and Sugimoto. Finally, some clutch hitting here with for the Buffaloes, if you're a Buffalo fan. A 2 RBI shot here into the left center field gap. Nice job by Gonzalez to be able to go the other way. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. Well, for Kobayashi tonight, he is 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also walked and stolen a base. So those runs in this inning here, or I should say the run in this inning here, both of those runs are going to be charged to Fuji, who would come on in relief of Wada. There's a breaking ball that's dropped in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. So the question is it 4-0 now? Yes, it is. The scoreline has been doubled. For those of you who are looking at our ticker across the bottom, we do it every half inning. We'll update it. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 0-2 on Kobayashi. So the Buffaloes have increased their lead here. Looking ahead to the top of the 8th inning, it's going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Hawks. Scheduled will be Inoue, Kawase, and Kai. We're going to have to try to squeeze a run back here. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. As it's on its way, there's a fastball that misses outside. Count goes to 1-2. Our friend Worthy Sports says, crazy how they started the team to lose because they came off a loss. I'm not sure I totally understand where you're going. Which team are you talking about? The Hawks, or are you talking about the Buffaloes? So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kobayashi. As the right-hander delivers, there's a fastball swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. The count goes to 1-2. Well, certainly tonight, before the game, I know one of our listeners earlier on couldn't believe that the Buffaloes were the underdogs. And I said, well, in this game here, Kohei Arihara versus the starter Satani would have been the, I don't say superior pitcher, but certainly the one with more pedigree. Buffaloes lineup tonight. It's a mean nothing game for the Buffaloes. Buffaloes just need to get some guys some work, keep them healthy. Of course, they lost Nakagawa tonight. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away at home. Count is 1-2. But what you have to understand is as far as I'm concerned, this game doesn't mean jack for the Buffaloes. They've clinched first place. They've been sitting in first place for 3 weeks. It's basically getting their offensive players some reps, trying to keep guys healthy, get them rested for the playoffs. They can line up their pitching however they want for next week. So it's a mean nothing game. This game means everything for the Hawks because they got to try to finish in second place. They win this game. Now tomorrow night, they got to look for some help. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a split finger pitch swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. But just because it may be a mean nothing game for the Buffaloes, they still have guys that need to get their work in. The other part is the pitcher Satani, the rookie, only making his 10th NPB appearance. There's a lot of hope for him as a player, but not a lot expected of him this year, especially moving forward into the postseason. I'd be shocked to see if Satani even had any postseason appearances. So here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and chopped foul behind home plate, and the battle continues with Kobayashi. On the flip side of the coin, the Arihara tonight, who one would have expected would have been in a better form, was really struggling throwing strikes early in the ball game. He was barely sometimes at 60%. I don't know what his ball to strike ratio ended at. We'll have to get a look after the end of the game on the recap. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander Fuji ready to deliver again. That's a fastball that's down in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-2. And that becomes the problem in these ball games here, especially for some of the people who like to gamble on the games. It makes it become very difficult to make those predictions a little bit harder, or already hard enough to pick baseball, let alone have to pick baseball and have to get the proper win or losses here in this time. And because, as I said, Kohei Arihara, you would think would be the superior pitcher, a big game pitcher to have to get you a win. But the problem is the Hawks offense is sputtered. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is Yanagita. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to do it. Kobayashi is going to be retired for the third out of the inning, but not until damage has been done. They got 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. It was the 2-run double by Gonzalez that blew this game up a bit. No errors and only 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the Buffaloes 4 and the Hawks no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging out here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll see you here in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. Coming to bat for the Hawks in their half of the 8th inning scheduled is Tomoya Inoue, Hikaru Kawase, and Takuya Kai, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. We'll get our update here in just a moment as far as what the Buffaloes are going to do, but it does look like they are going to the bullpen as Yuki Utagawa's day is done. So we'll get our pitching change information here for you in just a few. As we said, 4-0 now for the Buffaloes as they head to the top of the 8th inning. The stat line tonight, 4-9-0 is the line score for the Buffaloes, 0-1-1 for the Hawks. Hawks' only hit of this ball game was off the bat of Yuki Yanagita. So the right-hander coming into the ball game, it is going to be Shota Abe on in relief. Abe making his 49th appearance of the year. He's got 3 wins and 5 losses. He's worked 45 2/3 innings. He's allowed 35 hits. He's walked 11 and struck out 41, and he's got an earned run average of 2.76. So Shota Abbey now coming in relief. The third pitcher used by the Buffaloes tonight. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and lifted foul. This is a pinch hitter. It's Masaki Momori coming into the ballgame to hit for Inoue. So one would expect that Kawase should bounce over to third. So Masaki Momori, a notable absence from the starting lineup, as he did not get the start, but he has been struggling over the last little bit. A fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. He started off the season maybe a little bit on the streaky side this year. He started off very slowly, and then he really picked up his pace with the bat. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Momori. Kawase and Kai scheduled to follow here in the inning. The right-hander Abbey ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. Fastball that is lifted foul down the left field line. Is there going to be room? Racing over was the left fielder Fukuoka, but he's going to watch it drift into that temporary seating. It's going to keep the count at 1-2 on Momori. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. 6 outs left in this game for the Hawks to do something, as they are going to try to get some runs back here against the Buffaloes. But the Buffalo bullpen is pretty tough. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's a base hit for Momori. Well, that's a way to get something started here. He's aboard with a leadoff single. The second hit of the ball game here for the Hawks. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Hikaru Kawase. So maybe don't go away yet, as Kawase will stride to the plate 0 for 2 today. A grounded out to third and grounded out to the pitcher. So the runner at first is Momori, as the right-hander ready to deliver. Here comes the offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kawase. So no balls and 1 strike. Kawase batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Abbey. And the 0-1 on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lined over the head of the shortstop into left field. Momori digging around second. He's going to head to third. And it is going to be I have to check on that one to see as he goes first to third, does Momori. Base hit there by Kawase. And what do you know, but the Hawks have something going here. They've only got 1 hit going through the first 7, and they've got back-to-back hits here in the 8th. Nice piece of hitting there by Kawase to go the other way, as the Hawks are now flapping their wings just off of, it looked like it might have just tipped the glove of Kirby-Ashi, who crawled up the ladder there to try to have to get it. So Kawase on at second with a double. That brings Takuya Kai to the plate. So 2 runners in scoring position, but now it looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Kai. It's going to be Seiji Ubiashi coming in. And the first pitch to Ubiashi is a fastball that misses down. And the count is quickly 1-0. So Ubiashi in a good hitter's count. Takuya Kai, now that his night is over, he's more known for his defensive prowess. So they're going to have to trade some offense for some defense here if they want to try to get back in this ball game. So maybe the Hawks aren't dead yet. 1 ball and no strikes here to Ubiashi. And now Abbey kicks and delivers. A fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count runs even at 1-1. The Hawks could get themselves in striking distance here. If they can cash at least a couple of runs in the inning, it gives them hope. So 1 ball and 1 strike as Shota Abbey gets his side. It's been pretty tame for the most part in terms of the offense for the Hawks up to this point in the ball game. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. Count goes to 1-2. And if I go look back over the course of the first 7 innings, only one time tonight have the Hawks had a runner to second base. That was in the last half inning when Yanagita and Nakamura walked. And Yanagita was stranded at second base. The only time tonight until now that they've had runners second. So the runner at third is Mamori, the runner at second, Kawase. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Ubiashi. As the right-hander checks the runner at second, now delivers a fastball that misses just down and in, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting Ubiashi here, waiting on the offering from Abbey. As the right-hander checks the runner at second, takes a look at the runner at first, or at the runner at third, I should say. There's a fastball swung on and grounded down the first base line, and the count is going to remain at 2-2 as that ball went foul. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Seiji Ubiashi. As he bats here with 2 on and nobody out in the 8th inning. Shota Abbey lately, when we've seen Abbey pitch, I haven't seen him a whole lot this year, but he's not been sharp. I saw him pitch in Kobe in relief, and he wasn't sharp there either. Here comes the 2-2. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul down the right field line. The count remains at 2-2 to Ubiashi. Top of the order, Yukio Shudo waiting his turn on deck. Got to find a way to turn it over to the top of the order. Ducks on the pond here in the 8th inning. Buffalo's trying to get a win for their rookie starter, Satani, as he was brilliant tonight through his 6 innings of work. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Abbey checks the runners and delivers, a fastball swung on and another one fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. The 7-pitch at bat already here for Ubiashi, as he's just been playing pepper with the pitcher here, fouling it off, and fouling it off. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Visiting crowd from Fukuoka is cheering their team on here. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the right-hander Abbey checks the runners and now delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Ubiashi. They applied the tag on him. The catcher Wakatsuki, so that is going to be out number 1 here as Ubiashi goes in the books. Now it's going to bring up the top of the order in Yukio Shudo. So Abbey there living a little bit dangerous. It's quite the at-bat there by the left-handed hitting Ubiashi. So Yukio Shudo now strides to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in this one. He has struck out and grounded out. He has also drawn himself a walk. He was thrown out trying to steal second back in the 6th inning. So here comes the first offering from Abbey, who checks the runners and now delivers a fastball that misses way outside. The count is 1-0. "16 pitches already delivered here by the right-hander. He has delivered 12 strikes and 4 balls. That's exactly what you want from your relievers. You want them in there throwing strikes. The only problem is 2 of the batters have turned base hits around on him. Here's the 1-0. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Shudo. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Shota Abbey trying to wiggle himself out of this jam that he's put himself in. They had 2 aboard here with nobody out. Right-hander works himself to the belt. And here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike under the hands, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shudo. Right-hander ready to go again. As he slowly gets his sign from his catcher, and now the time has been called as Wakatsuki is going to race out to the mound. Wants to have a word with his right-hander. Probably not a bad idea, especially with the runner at second base, maybe looking to relay, maybe not signs, but maybe location more than anything. That's where you got to be concerned about. Shudo here batting with a 1 ball and 2 strike count. Runner at third is Momori. Runner at second, Kawase. And the game's been put back into play here again. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shudo. The game here is certainly, that's the one thing with Shota Abbey. When he gets to the mound, you've got to bring your high-powered coffee with you, because he can put you to sleep. Not just you to sleep, but he can put everybody around you to sleep. It's definitely a bit of a challenge when he is on the hill. The pace of the game just grinds to a halt. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And now he works to the belt. If we had our stopwatch, we'd know exactly how long it would take. And the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball, misses outside, and the count goes to 3-2 on Shudo. Worthy Sports asked how many outs. Still 1 gone. The strikeout to Ubiashi here in the inning. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Shudo. As the right-hander Abbey now works again to the set position. As he checks the runner over at second, here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted down the left field line, foul into the seats. The count remains at 3-2. Trying to catch up on some of the changes. I want to know if it looks like there's some defensive movement for the Buffaloes. We'll see if where exactly they have made their moves. Nope, still Wakatsuki behind the plate. I thought maybe they had moved Mori from right field in, but by the looks of it, he is still in the same spot. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Shudo. Here comes the offering now from Abbey as he holds and checks the runners. Pitch on the way, fastball down. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases. So a single, a double, and a walk now have loaded the bases here for the Hawks. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Kenta Imamiya, and it's going to bring the pitching coach on a trot out to the mound. Talk to his right-hander, Abbey. Just not good enough right now. Bases are loaded, 1 gone. You got to be able to close out this game if you're a Buffalo fan. If you're a Hawk fan, this is encouraging, because a pretty much lifeless offense for most of this ball game now is coming to life here in the 8th inning, and they've got the big guys coming to bat here after Imamiya. So they got to be able to find a way to scratch out some runs. Imamiya tonight is 0 for 3. He has struck out, he has grounded out, and he has flown out. As he bats here with one gone in the 8th inning and the bases are loaded. As the right-hander Abbey working again from the set. Now he delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Imamiya. So no balls and one strike. Bases loaded here, 8th inning, one gone. As the right-hander Abbey leans in and he gets the sign from Wakatsuki. He works again to the belt. He checks the runners. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly to short. They go to second for one, back to first, and it is going to be a double play. Oh, they got themselves out of again, did the Buffaloes. Unbelievable. Kenta Imamiya rolls into the 6-4-3 double play, and that will do it here in the inning and end it for the Hawks. Well, they had no runs in the inning. They had 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning, it's the Orix Buffaloes 4 and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, no score. We'll be back in just a bit, everybody. We're going to have ourselves yet another pitching change when we return after this. Appreciate you for being with us tonight. We'll be right back.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We're slated to see the 8-9 hitters. Check that in the batting order coming up for the Buffaloes. Fukuda, Wakatsuki, and the top of the order, Noguchi. Do you come to bat here to face a reliever here now on for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks? They're going to the bullpen. It'll be a right-hander. This is going to be Hiroshi Kaino on in relief, making his 46th appearance of the year. He's got a 2.59 ERA. So Hiroshi Kaino on in relief. He is going to be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Hawks. Looks like we have some changes defensively for Fukuoka. We'll get you those here in just a minute. And the first pitch is delivered. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Fukuda. Fukuda tonight 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and struck out in his 3 trips to the plate. As the pitch is delivered, it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back underneath it is Yanagita. He makes the catch. And that is going to retire Fukuda for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. Well, for Wakatsuki in this one here tonight, he had a homer in 3 trips, but looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for him. We'll get you that here in just a moment. So a pinch hitter for Wakatsuki here. This is going to be a number 5 coming in as to get an at-bat. It looks like it's Masahiro Nishino. So Nishino coming in here to hit for Wakatsuki. That's your reward for hitting a home run your last time up. And the first pitch was a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. There's another fastball delivered, and that misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-0 on Nishino. Right-hander Kino working fairly quickly, unlike his counterpart Abbey. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the right side of the infield, fielded by the second baseman Kawase, or check that, Momori, and he throws to first. That's going to retire Nishino on a ground out 4-3. There were defensive changes, so Momori is at second base as Kawase has moved over to third. And now we got the top of the order. It's supposed to be Tomoya Noguchi, but it's going to be Leandro Cedeno coming in to pinch hit. So Leandro Cedeno, the big fella with his .246 average, 9 homers and 34 runs driven in. The first pitch to Cedeno is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1 to him. Cedeno had a heck of a start to his NPB career, but he's really tailed off and been quiet since. As here comes the 0-1 offering as the right-hander Kino delivers a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Cedeno. Right-hander working to the belt. And he raises it to his chest here, does Kino, as he kicks and delivers a high fastball that misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-2. Nice job there to change the eye level of the hitter. Bottom of the 8th inning, 4-0 lead for the Buffaloes. 2 gone here. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Cedeno. Yeah, and that's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. There is action in the Buffaloes bullpen as they have a right-hander up and throwing. We'll see if that's going to be Hirano to close it off. I wouldn't bat an eye if it was. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander works to the set and now delivers. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Cedeno goes in the books for out number 3, and that's going to do it for the Buffaloes in their half of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now moving to the top of the 9th. Score is the Buffaloes 4 and the Hawks no score. It'll be Yanagita, Kondo, and Nakamura slated to come to bat when we return. Appreciate you guys for listening in. There will more than likely be a pitching change after this. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. They're going to the bullpen again, are the Buffaloes. It looks like it's Yamaoka coming in. We'll get that for you when we come back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us here tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Taisuke Yamaoka coming on in relief. This is a non-save situation. He's going to be making his 31st appearance of the year. He's got 2 wins and 1 loss. He has 3 saves on the season. He has worked 93 innings. He's worked most of the year as a starter. 93 innings pitched, 73 hits allowed. He's walked 33 and struck out 96. He's got himself an ERA of 2.23. There are some changes defensively for the Buffaloes here, as we've got all kinds of stuff in the outfield as well. So we'll have to see what has transpired here as soon as we get that update for you in just a moment. It looks like that the left fielder Fukuoka has moved over into center field. But we'll get a look here in just a second once we can try to figure out some of the other defensive changes. So Yanagita, Kondo, and Nakamura to come to bat. And the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. Over on the third base side, the count is quickly 0-1 to Yanagita. Yanagita tonight is 1 for 2 officially. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also drawn a walk. Batting .299 on the season is Yanagita. He needs a base hit here to punch his average up over 300. As that fastball misses inside, the count goes to 1-1. We were saying earlier in this one here, Kondo and Tongu, the only 2 qualified players batting over 300. There's the pitch. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. Looks like the new left fielder in the ball game is going to be Yuya Oda, as he came on to replace Cedeno, who had pinch hit for Noguchi. As there is a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2. So much to our thoughts, it is going to be Fukuoka who has moved over to center, and the new right fielder hitting in the spot where Wakatsuki was is Taishi Haruka. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses inside. The count now goes to 2-2 on Yanagita. And Tomoya Mori in behind the plate. And here comes the pitch from Yamaoka. It's a split finger pitch, swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Yanagita on strikes for the first out of the inning. So it looks like we're not going to have Yanagita in the 300 club this year. Makes me wonder if they have any incentives for a batting average, and that maybe would have come down to that last at bat. But no success there for Yanagita, and that one that is going to bring up the designated hitter Kazuki Kondo. Well, for Kondo tonight, he is officially 0 for 2. He walked his first time up, and he swings at the first pitch. It's a fastball lifted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. Back on the warning track, looking up, and this one is gone. A home run for Kondo. And that is going to cut the scoreline to 4-1. A solo shot as he's gone the other way. 4-1 lead now here for the Buffaloes. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Akira Nakamura. And with that hit there, that will ensure that Kondo will bat over 300 this year. So maybe too little, too late here for the Hawks as they get their first run here in the ninth. As Yamaoka delivers a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0 to Nakamura. "4-1 the scoreline. Yamaoka delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side and through the 4-hole into right field. So they're not dead yet, are the Hawks. They've got something going here. It brings up Tetsuro Yanagamachi to the plate. The tying run is now on deck. So Yanagamachi striding the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this one tonight. He's grounded into a double play, struck out, and hit into a fielder's choice. So the Hawks have not given up yet here in this one. Well, Yannick digs himself in, and we're ready to go again as the right-hander Yamaoka ready to go. He delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike it is. Binder will be back on the airwaves tomorrow for the one-game showdown between the Eagles and the Marines. Couldn't draw it up any better. Fastball swung on, chop foul over on the first base side. Count now goes to 0-2 on Yanagamachi. If you're a fan of Japanese baseball, tomorrow night it all comes down to one game. You got to think that the Eagles have got their chance to be able to punch their ticket into the playoffs. Epic collapse after the All-Star break for the Marines would be the final nail in their coffin, possibly. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 1-2 to Yanagamachi. Our friend CB Baseball Card Collector says he's still in the house. Caesar, you must be sleeping with one eye open over there because it's pretty late on the West Coast. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, Kirbiashi. He steps on the bag. He goes to first, and that's going to be an inning-ending double play. And that is going to do it here. It's going to be a 6-3 variety. Nakamura gone at second for the second out. On the back end, it'll be Yanagamachi on the double play. The second time he's hit into one tonight. No, there was one run in the inning on the homer by Kondo. One hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. Your final score is the Orix Buffaloes 4 and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll wrap this one up for you in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. Now, I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to wrap this one up here for you tonight. The Buffaloes got out to a 1-0 lead in the first inning. With one out, Yumamune hit a double. And after a ground out by Kai Nakagawa and a walk to Tomoya Mori, up steps Yataro Sugimoto. He bounced into a fielder's choice that ended up driving home the first run of the ballgame in Mune. And then it was an error on the play by the shortstop, Kenta Amamiya, that allowed the runner to reach over to third, being Mori, but that scored the runner Mune for a 1-0 lead. Buffaloes added to their lead in the sixth inning with 2 out. It was a solo shot by the catcher, Kenya Wakatsuki. He increased the scoreline to 2-0. And then in the seventh inning, a leadoff double by Mune. After a ground out by Ryo Adachi, there was a walk to Mori. Sugimoto bounced into a fielder's choice and upstepped Marwin Gonzalez, who hit a 2-run double into the opposite field gap in left center field to bring home 2 runs. And that made the scoreline 4-0. The Hawks got one back as a consolation point in the ninth inning. With 1 out, Kazuki Kondo hit him 26th homer of the year. That put him into a joint tie with Hideo Asamura and Gregory Polanco for the league lead. That is where this one is going to end. Well, the win in this ball game goes to Ryuhei Sotani. It's going to be the first of his career. He goes to 1-2. Kohei Arihara will take the loss. He drops to 10-5. Once again, everybody, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow. We got Dina in the house. Says thanks for the updates. Appreciate it. Everybody else, we appreciate you guys for listening in. Don't forget that tomorrow we'll be making the call between the Golden Eagles and the Marines. Hopefully you guys can come on in, stick on by. That is a battle for the top spot. Once again, everybody, we hope you guys have a great night. We appreciate you guys for, again, listening in. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.